Hello everybody and welcome to Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm just checking the soundbar because we've done that a few times now, but I did check previously. I'm just paranoid. I'm Simon, your storyteller for tonight, as we join Dave, Christy, Joseph and Helen in our alternative London. Don't forget that you can help or indeed hinder. Check out the options in your chat bar below. You can join our wonderful community by finding the Discord link in the channel notes, or you can support us in what we do by becoming a subscriber. So with no further ado, let's press on as the end gets closer with episode 10 of Excelsior Rising. Hello everybody and hello to our players. I didn't give them that much notice, so if they're looking a little startled, I was just like, oh shit, the end of the animation. Better tell them. Anyway, we're here and my brain is kind of working. I had a day off where I didn't think about work or family or anything like that for an entire day, and I'm kind of a mess now, but I'm pretty sure everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
Be fine.
Yeah.
Definitely fine. I mean, everything's gone so smooth so far, so it's bound to go wrong, isn't it? Terribly.
Well, that's the thing is that, I didn't screw up the intro. And because I didn't screw up the intro, I'm wondering, when am I going to screw up? Is it just a delayed thing, Is it just going to happen at some point that, we'll get halfway through the stream and not realise that I've switched off the stream or something like that? But we will do what we can. So, big hello to Hermit. We can see Prime in there. Hello, my dude. Scornfuse and Spiderbread. So, hello, everyone. You had a bit of an eventful last session, including me having to Google a few things as you visited Matthew Corbett of the Sooty Show fame. Eventually managed to get to the place where you were intending to, and you're now in front of I say in front of, Kate is currently holding off the floor a terrified guy, John Brooks. You've smashed his model aeroplane, and you've pinned him up against the wall, and you're presumably about to get some well-needed answers from him.
Hopefully.
We have not forgotten that we have still waiting in the wings motivational posters that hasn't been fully used, I believe, yet, so I'm going to keep that going. And at some point in this episode, we're going to have a threat that is the combination of Jeremy Kyle, a monkey, and Friendship is Magic.
Wasn't Friendship is Magic a boost?
Yes. It's involved. Yes, you are going to be getting some unlikely allies.
Oh, please.
Crossover
please
episode.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk. Well, I'm not going to walk. I'll close, but...
I don't need to walk. I just do that.
No more.
We will see where we go with this. I've just realised one thing I haven't done is I haven't brought up the dice roller for me. But anyway, so You are in the room with John Brooks. John Brooks is a guy who was born wearing a grey cardigan and grey slippers. A guy whose head looks a little bit too big for his body. There's weird elongated head, slightly squared jaw, big kind of hooked nose, and very kind of nasal monotonic voice. And he's currently in despair by the fact that you knocked his model airplane. That this isn't just a kit model airplane. He actually made it by hand onto the floor. So some of the balsa wood is broken, and you know he's going to have to repair some of the panels and things. But the thing that's most pressing right now, literally, is the woman who's picked him up bodily and slammed him against the wall. And we left at him flailing and panicking. So, what would you like to say?
I mean, I'll recap what I said to him before, which is, if I remember correctly, you better start answering our questions. I'm going to push your head through this wall.
And I'm illusioned as him picking up his model airplane and just kind of menacing it.
Yep. So you don't even need to roll. The colour's drained out of his face, both by seeing himself and also this burst of strength that's come from Kate. And he goes, "Well, ask your questions then. Just don't drop it. Don't drop it more. That's going to be a couple of weeks' work. You drop it more, it's going to be months."
Should be snapping bits off if I were you. I would. I'm gonna look to Ilka if she's here, and see if she wants to do the interrogation while I keep him pinned against the wall.
Ilka has just made it down the stairs. She went via the lounge to pick up a photograph of his mum, which she passes to Christy. To Beth, just in case. Yeah, Kate, I think you can possibly let him put his feet back on the floor. Maybe let him sit down, shall we?
If you think so, then yeah, I will let go and let him drop to the floor. But I'm not backing away.
When you put him on the chair, he basically deflates in the chair, and he's there like a scalded child.
Well, I think my colleague asked. Just tell us everything. You made a bomb, yeah?
Oh God. Oh God, yeah. Yeah. He was really threatening. He said that he wanted me to make something. He knew that I was good with, and he points this basically electrical engineering workshop that he has around him. So, yeah, I worked with like kind of the Raspberry Pis, Arduino lot, and everything. You can even see that you've got some Lego Mindworks stuff in the corner there. Yeah, I can make anything that does anything. You know, it can wait. It can be conditional. It can turn dials, press buttons, supply voltages, and I've just always been able to do that stuff. It's
the most impressive.
Well,
So
I don't do bombs. I mean, he said he wanted to do it as a joke, and I didn't like it. But then, he kind of goes and rolls up his sleeve, and you can see the bruises, and the bruises are in the shape of fingers, where the guy has gripped him so hard that he's bruised the skin with each individual finger. And yeah, he wasn't as bad as you, but he was he was. I don't know.
On this bomb, what were the conditions for it to go?
He wanted to have a mobile phone trigger. I mean, it's not that hard. You can get mobile phones that don't have like the keys and the screen and things like that. You have to plug it into a USB to set it up, and then you can get it so that it only rings if a particular phone rings. I mean,
I'm just making
they've
sure
got it in
there's
films where somebody
nothing else.
dials a number and a phone goes off. It's not really that difficult, really. You just get it.
I'm going to slam my hand into the wall next to his head. I'm going to go, a bomb that's a joke. Yeah, you're talking about actual detonation methods here. You're talking about how to actually create a bomb. This is no joke.
No,
And then I'm going to slam his model plane down, and as it goes down, I'm going to glamour back to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you give us the information we need.
Where did you come from? And he can see his doppelganger's not here, and then he puts two and two together, but you can see that he's blinking, like his eyes refuse to make sense of what he's looking at.
Okay, John, look, focus at me. Look at me, John. Yeah. Okay. So, you made this. You can disarm this, yeah?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I put something in. I could disarm it anytime I like. I thought just in case. I mean, I didn't know what he was going to hook it up to because I didn't. He said it was going to be like what you call it, smoke bomb material.
Yeah.
But he wanted to be far enough away when it happened. But if you're telling me this is like he put like bomb stuff in there.
We're not certain because we think it's a bomb. So we have not looked. But we're going to take you with us and you're going to come.
No, I can do it from here.
How?
Well, if I ring it from my phone, it switches the whole thing off. Bricks it, actually. I figured just in case he used it against me, I'd want a way of switching it off. So I programmed it to have two different ringtones. Anybody calls it other than me or him. If he rings it, it goes off. If I ring it, it bricks the entire set.
That's wonderful to hear. Very clever. However, we will be taking you with us because we want to be sure they haven't added any other components to it.
Am I being
you
arrested?
May have made a... No, you are helping out some people who are in need. Okay?
Give me a leadership role, please.
Oh, yay. We're ready.
Difficulty is 1 purple.
A whole purple?
Yeah, 1 purple. That's how much discipline this guy has got. Or did you not get the whole amble through the house where his mother deconstructed all discipline that this guy had?
What do you think to that then, Bob?
This is the thing. It's either succeed or succeed hard. I mean, I'm going to go with the fact that this guy is absolutely... I'm going to give you a free enthrall for the triumph. You just see this glazed look in his eyes where he goes, "Well, yeah, of course, no problem. I mean, yeah, why didn't you ask?"
Yeah, no, that's fine. And then we sort out bomb, and then I just have a couple more questions, yeah, and then
yeah, sure.
We'll let you get back to your model.
He seems really calm and almost confident now. Yeah, sure. I mean, whatever you want.
If you could just shut your eyes for me, let me help you. I'll help him stand up, put like an arm around him, sort of semi-reassuringly. But if you could just shut your eyes for me, and we will get you where you need to be. Star, we need to get back to the server room, please.
But there's a broken B10 there. Could we
Star,
fix it?
Yeah, okay. Get back to the server room.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have a server room here, if that's what you're talking about.
I know, no, don't worry. We will take care. Just think of a lovely trip in the forest You're coming out onto green pastures. You've got your little plane flying high in the sky.
Oh, there's a look of genuine pleasure on his face. Yeah. And I'll open my eyes, but his eyes are still closed.
I'll step forward, crunching over his model plane.
No, don't.
Stop!
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
To the server room.
Yep. You open the door. Server room.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that lovely plane. I'm going to walk him basically
Sure.
through the majority of the server room.
No resistance. Yeah.
Up to where the caravan cover on the bomb is.
Joseph, by the way, Star does know that he can repair the plane, but and very quickly as well. But at the moment, we're going with Ilka's lead. You get yourselves into the server room, and he's stood in the server room, eyes closed.
Yeah, and I get him all the way up to where the bomb is, and then sort of go, okay, that was a lovely flight, and open your eyes. And breathe in, and we are here. Yeah, I know it seemed mere seconds, but it's quite a trip.
No, sorry, I think I was daydreaming or something. Okay, so is the device under this? And you notice he calls it a device because that's what he made. He made a device. He didn't make a bomb. He knew that the device would trigger a bomb, but he's like, this is it in front of it, and underneath this, right?
Yeah. You cannot ring it because of this. Kate, can you explain?
So yeah, I've put a block around it. You can send the message from underneath the canvas though, and it'll work. I know it won't because it still needs a network. I can take it off.
Need to go out and come back. No, you go to take it off, and he goes, no. If he's called, that message is waiting.
Oh, so can I illusion over the caravan so he can see through it?
I'll go with that.
That's what I would do.
Because a part of what you can do is elucidate. You turn on and just you reveal things. You enlighten. You just go like that, and suddenly the caravan cover is like it was semi-translucent. And he goes, right, okay. So he put it in a box. And by the way, his discipline might be 1, but his intelligence is 4. So he says, yeah. So right. That means I've got to find a way. I mean, really, I can't call it then, can I? But it's a cardboard box, so I just cut into the side of the box. I don't suppose. And he goes and looks. Oh yeah, actually, I can see straight through. Okay. So I need to get under here with it, and basically I can just Bluetooth it the information. Okay.
So before you start, if there is a message there, are you able to retrieve the number it got code from?
Well, I know the number already. I mean, I had to program the number in.
Oh, yeah, of course. And can you just check, there was, Kate, you said mercury switches or something?
Yes. Yeah, it put some mercury switches in, so if it gets moved, it will detonate.
Mercury switches? I didn't add mercury switches.
Yeah.
Just be careful when you're in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just need to be in close enough that I can get the Wi-Fi through. In fact, it's so close I might get it through the cover, but if you can just hike up part of the cover, I should be able to do this. And he starts fiddling about on his phone. Okay. You can tell Helen that he is he's still under your enthrall at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll lift it up a little bit so he can get underneath.
That's right. Okay.
Did I give him one of my pills? To calm his nerves.
Beth, let's. Actually, save one of those for me. My ankle still hurts.
Okay,
Uh,
here you go. There, half a brick is what you need. Just half.
Thank you. Dankeschön.
No welcome.
Yeah, you take the other half of that. I will be getting a resistance roll out of you. You see
She'll
in the
pocket it for
sky
now.
with diamonds. Right. Okay. So yeah. So this guy puts his head underneath. Goes, here we go. Starts messing about with his phone. Gets his phone out. And he's just there like, okay. And you should hear a beep. Okay. Right. So that's step one. The mercury switches might still trigger it. They shouldn't.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't know what he did it, but if you take the caravan cover off, I'll hold the box. So you can see, because it's translucent, you can see he's holding the box steady and says, right, if you want to just lift off the...
We'll lift the cover off.
Yep. Okay, and yeah, you lift it off and he goes, yeah. If that's plastic explosive, I mean, those are bags of marbles on the side. He's going to turn this thing into a claymore.
Oh, no.
Please explain.
A claymore mine. It's a explosive that's packed with small steel balls. It was in that movie Swordfish. You ever seen that one? When it explodes, the balls go everywhere, like a million different gunshots going off at the same time in all different directions. It would have totaled this place, and it would have gone through that wall as well, and taken out anybody who was in there. Yeah, imagine somebody firing a bullet that's like, well, the size of a marble, and then imagine all of them firing at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna need some tools. And
what do you need?
It's a server room. An electrician's kit would be fantastic.
I think there's just one around here.
You go around the corner, and lo and behold, there is. It was an absolute need, so of course it was there. You pick it up, and
I need a drink too. I
think there's one in this electrician's kit.
Sure enough, there seems to be one of those little gift sets where it has the little glass, and it has like the mini and the little bottle of tonic, and or a little bottle of mixer, whatever your poison.
Thank you, Star. And I just start pouring myself a drink.
Kay, I do think you might want to talk to the electricians about drinking on the job, though. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know how that worked, though, right? You know that, right?
So
sure, okay.
He gets to work with, and this is a master at art. The dexterity of this guy is astounding. For everything else that he's a little pathetic in, pretty much every other aspect of life, when it comes to wielding, the bits that he needs, this electrician's kit even has a little gas-powered soldering iron, which he goes, oh, well, there we go, that's even better. Puts in a pair of tweezers, dabs, pulls out a component and goes, okay, there's one mercury switch, and you guys kind of all hold your breath as he pulls one of the mercury switches out, and just starts elegantly deconstructing this entire thing. Pulls out the bags of marbles when they're free and goes, there we go. I mean, if this thing goes off, it'll still kill us all, but, it'll do less damage that way. And just very calmly, super calmly, just knowing that it's just important what he's doing at the moment. I would like... Actually, Kate, give me a perception check, diff 2.
I am better at that than I was in session 1, but
you should get a boost die because you're within.
Yes, you're in short range of the cup. So yes.
So what's the boost then? A blue.
Blue, yeah.
And what's the difficulty on this?
Diff 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, I still don't recognize what these symbols mean.
So you got a failure and 2 advantages. So you don't notice the thing that I was going to tell you, but you do kind of get that the reason why this guy is so chill and the change in his character is directly because of what Ilka did to him.
Right.
Yes, he's obeying her, but he's also feeling confident, sure of his actions, not questioning in anything, no nervousness. Part of it may be, again, because you cold read his room, his house. Part of it is that he spent a lot of time with a guiding, some would say dominating figure in his life. And the Ilka has kind of stepped in for something that he has not had in a while. That assurance that somebody just knows better than him. And so, yeah, he seems to just be completely letting go. His shoulders are down and loose. He's relaxed. He's relaxed taking a bomb apart. And you get a feeling that this is normally quite a nervous Nelly. He'd probably, stutter whilst... Or not stutter, but splutter. Whilst ordering his coffee at a Starbucks or something. But with this, he's just flowing, man. And within what feels like hours, but you check your watch and there's only scant minutes, he completely takes this thing apart. Even manages to interface with the dumb mobile phone, the phone nodule, and says, yeah, it's got the trigger look. Good thing I cancelled it.
I'm standing on the side of them, and I'm like, oh, yes, that's fine. And I'm back to Instagram.
Yeah.
Saving the world, Knife Fist Gun 3.
What time was that message sent? Can you tell?
Well, it came in only when we took off the thing, so that's all I'll get. Is it?
Yeah.
It just got through when you pulled the cover off because it keeps trying to send it.
Yeah, I understand that. You are amazing. So all we have left now is the
smiles with a huge amount of confidence. A beaming smile that is rare. He looks at you almost with tears in his eyes and says, "Thank you." You gave him the validation his mother never gave him.
So I check, Kate. We just have the plastic explosive left. That is the only component left that is of concern. Yeah.
I haven't really. Do I still have the bomb expert knowledge?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say because the bomb has been foremost in your mind, this has all been going towards the bomb, other than the slight run-in with the Sooty show. But yeah, I'm going to say it was still foremost in your mind.
We got a boost.
Fish and chips is the boost. I think I was just done to troll Helen, but now I've got to figure a way of getting in. But I actually have a way of getting in, so that's fine.
Okay. So I'll answer that. Yes, it's just the plastique now. So
he goes, "Oh, this stuff. This stuff's actually quite stable. Just take it. Just keep it away from any form of spark. I mean, you can mold it, throw it across the room. As long as it doesn't get some static, it will go off."
I'll take that.
No, keep it away from computers.
Yeah, that's very wise, Star. Thank you.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah, Christy, put in your inventory that you have 2 kilos of plastique.
Oh,
Thank you.
no.
what is more dangerous?
Why have we given Elizabeth a bomb?
Yeah, what is more dangerous? Plastic explosives or mimosas?
Or the combination.
Tough decisions.
John, just a couple more questions. So first of all, can I have the mobile number that you programmed in?
Oh yeah, sure. And he brings it up on his phone and shows you it.
Right. And then I'm gonna get the laptop back up. which I assume I left in the server room when we went looking for the bomb maker.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I'm going to open it up and go back to the CCTV and go, is this the guy that asked you to make the bomb?
Well, the cleaner.
Yeah. Beth,
Elizabeth.
Beth,
Yes.
can you yeah, no, I mean, she like
Hold on. Hold
rewind-
on. Let me get me motivation. I'm a mad bomber.
Ilka rewinds the tape a little bit, nods at Beth, and then presses play. I mean, this guy.
Hi.
Oh, him. Yeah. That was the guy, not the other guy. This guy.
Oh, yeah. Ik verstehe. Guys, anything else we need from John, or are we good?
Oh, what are we gonna do with him?
I mean, yeah, I think that's.
I'll take him home. I think that's
really, unless he can get. I mean, we've got the phone number of this guy. Does he know any more information about where this guy lives, what he does?
I know he broke into my house.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, I don't think.
I
don't
think
think
we
there's
did.
anything else we can get.
Yeah.
Don't
Start,
leave town.
Yeah.
Don't make any more bombs.
Also,
Yes.
that.
Not even
Okay.
as a joke.
And if someone threatens you, you can get a hold of me at Instagram and I start giving them all this stuff.
He adds you. Well, he writes down, because he hasn't got an Instagram account, but he writes down your details anyway.
Do you work?
You don't recognize me.
Do you work, John? Do you work for a living?
Yeah. I work as a consultant, basically. People contact me online and ask how I would do a particular thing, and I tell them how I do it.
do you
they pay me.
think? Do you think I could have
Takes a picture,
your contact
sends it on my
details?
Instagram.
Because I've got my own collection of planes and all of that, and I'd be quite interested in to see how you do things compared to I do.
Yeah, sure. Here's my forum, and he gives you the forum. He has a whole forum. Literally, most of this is a forum that is people asking him things. This guy's somewhat of a guru. It seems to be his lack of confidence everywhere else in the world. This is the one place where he's a living god.
Yep, and Star sees him as one.
So, John, I have two requests. First of all, I'd really appreciate it if you could write an article about the work that you do, like with your model planes and such like. We have something coming up that we can publish it on and let people see and know what you can do. Maybe get a few more people to your forum. And then secondly, what I need you to do is just close your eyes again and just think about that lovely countryside. Think about flying your model airplane, and we'll work on getting you home. Yeah? Thank you so much. You have been amazing. Star, can you take him home? Star, can you take him home? And yeah.
Can you stall him for a bit? I kind of want to go and play with that plane.
Why don't you keep his eyes shut and you do the plane and then get him to open his eyes, yeah?
I can do that.
All right.
Yep.
We will move on. You come find us. I guess you can come find us.
I think so. The stick doesn't always like me. If I end up in...
you will think about you, and I guess you appear. That seems to be what's happening now.
Okay, yeah, I don't know how things work, but...
Okay.
If I end up in city place or whatever again, I'll text you.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye, John. Keep thinking about that lovely sky with your model aeroplane, and you'll be home soon. Star will look after you. He'll let you know when you can open your eyes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put a gummy bear in his pocket for later for your nerves.
Oh no! Star doesn't even know that they're not gummy bears. Okay. Star opens the door.
Yep. And yes, thankfully we have the chat below us, but I've just had to explain what a Saveloy is, and
Oh, for goodness.
and confirmed
These
yes.
are essential.
Beth now has a bag that is almost entirely quasi-legal drugs and plastique.
Oh God! Lysa,
Just a quick question, Beth, Christy. Like, what sort of bag does Beth carry with her?
Well, right now
it is
it's
a giant.
you just came
Go
back
ahead.
from your jog, remember? So you haven't actually
Right.
changed your clothes. So you've kind of got the
No.
Beverly Hills jogging getup on, and what is like I guess a kind of kit bag, like a sports satchel.
A gym duffel bag.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Nice.
That's why she's got
Full
so
of
much in
running
it right
shoes.
now. This
I
is
was
a
gonna
handbag.
say.
This is a full fucking bag.
Little bag, little clutch bag. Tick, tick.
Yes, this is not a little clutch. No,
Yeah.
this is a gym
We
bag.
keep the
like
class
a
A's in the
duffel-
clutch bag. Yeah. So
Of course.
and it's smaller. You get more out of it. But anyway, so yeah, he goes through the door back into his basement, and yeah, Joseph Star can just see all the parts, can see that it's being broken, and can see that this has hurt the guy. It is a psychological need that this thing gets fixed.
Oh, trust me, it's also a psychological need for Star to fix it. Yeah.
And you know that, yes, you could tap into how to repair this to a certain extent. Your power doesn't give you moments of genius, just a certain amount of proficiency. But because this is something that has been recently broken, you saw it being broken, you know what it looks like when it's fixed. The level of need coming off this guy, and how it will alleviate sorry, I just saw the hamster going up. The level of need and the level of hurt that you'll be getting rid of. Suddenly, you can just feel the power pulsing through you.
Does this guy have like a notepad and pen, like a spare one?
Oh god, yeah. He's scribbling all over the place. Yeah.
Probably because Star wants to take some notes on how he does it for his own collection of planes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But he will more than happily get into this and try not to spend more than 20 minutes on it.
Well, that's the thing. The second that you touch the wall of balsa wood that's been split, it's kind of like been buckled on something, and so it's kind of got that little impacting, like it's been hit by a ball hammer. The second you start pushing it out, all the cracks start to disappear. You pick up the one of the wheels that got smashed off, and you line it up with the runner. And as you press the two together, there's this, and they stick together. But you haven't used any super glue or anything like that. It just snaps back together.
Snap. Star's
We
not
get
going to look
another
around
boost.
to see. Ooh.
Yep, flavour your boost, please, Hermit. A cute hamster.
Star's going to look for any other break-in.
Fish and
We've got
chips
cute
and a hamster.
And a bunkie. Oh god, we really are stacking these up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Star
better
will-
get cracking with some of these.
Yeah, Star will spend like 20 minutes there and then say, "You can open your eyes." Like,
He opens his eyes and, almost like coming out of a trance, he goes, "Oh, you fixed it. Oh,"
Yeah.
and he picks it up and he's, "You've even cleaned it," and he's still in kind of this slightly dazed, slightly comfortable, muggy state. As they're like, "I can get on with the next bit now." Nice. I got the servos right here, and he just starts taking
Yeah.
out some rods, bending them, putting the servos on them, um, and starts connecting it with the rest of the plane. And you can see that he is listening to you, absolutely 100%, but he's focused on this and kind of smiling as he's doing it.
Yeah. Star will spend like 10 minutes talking at him about planes,
Sure.
and then decide he should probably go.
Okay. In the meantime, while that conversation was happening, what was happening with the other three?
Well, now the bomb's safe,
Yeah.
I think we need to have a discussion about what we're going to do now, because basically we've just been attacked by the bad guys. So
Uh,
what's our
I
next
don't know
move?
what we're gonna do, but this goddamn Jeremy Kyle keeps popping up on my feed.
And it is a lot.
Okay.
Latest from this is from Entertainment News saying in the section UK, Jeremy Kyle leads the charge on Avalon. Is it a step too far with social media?
I just showed the phone, like,
Oh God.
and then I put a bunch of unhappy face, unhappy face, unhappy face. Send it.
Okay, so bomb is sorted, yeah. We have to sort out Avalon, and I feel like I'm still. I get something going on, but I don't. I like it doesn't quite like make sense in my head. Like I feel I can do things, but I don't understand. Does that make sense?
Well,
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't understand either, and I just kind of hand her, maybe you want it, and I showed the mini bottle, and this helps me.
Yeah, nine danker. I think with that painkiller and my ankle, probably
Oh,
not
that's
a good
true.
idea.
Don't mix the two. That's very true.
Yeah. Um, maybe. Well, so we are safe, yeah. No bomb. We sorted bomb, so we'll have to wait for like the services to go through the building. It
Do you have a sense of danger, Kate? Are you feeling like we're in trouble?
None at
I,
all.
yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. No, no, we're safe now.
Okay.
you can sense this?
Yeah, that's how I knew where the bomb was.
Oh,
I can
wow.
tell where danger is, I kind of get pulled towards it.
Um, shall we go to our offices? Let let's sit down and try and if you can try and help me get my brain straight, that would be really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the best way to do it is just accept it and just grow with it and just take it on and breathe it in.
Yeah, it's more the good versus evil. We've got to do something in what period of time?
we don't really know, but
We don't know.
it's not a lot of time.
Avalon is launching in 3 days' time.
But do we know for sure that Avalon is the battleground?
At the
I mean,
moment,
I don't.
that's what Violette believed.
yeah,
Because Avalon is their move, it makes sense that the others are moving against it.
Mm,
yeah, but
yeah.
the thing that gets me about that, why I'm not so sure about it, is that surely we're the ones who make the move that then the others oppose. Like we didn't make the move on Avalon. We didn't push Avalon. Avalon came into its own existence without us.
Without
Uh,
you, but it was Violette and the others who primed the move. They set up a moment where the whole world is going to be paying attention to one thing, and that's going to be where you're going to be able to use it. It's getting the whole world to look at one thing at the same time.
Well,
But you can ask
I
more about
definitely
that.
think,
That's as far as I'll go out of character. But in character, you can ask more when you get back.
yeah, I I think we should go ahead and well, we got to prepare for the oncoming war and the opening of Avalon and this goddamn Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah. To the offices. Kate, you able to help me? I'm sorry, my ankle's still a bit
Yeah, sure.
small.
Oh, I have. Can I try my medicine one more time to see if I can maybe help her?
You want to just dull the pain using your illusions, yes?
Well, use the illusions or possibly, find some bit of cloth and wrap her
Oh,
ankle or
actually,
something.
yeah.
Something.
I would say, yeah, you could grab a first aid kit from the building. You know that they're going to have first aid kits everywhere.
Hmm.
And yeah, now that you're out of a rush, that was kind of an in the moment thing. I'll
Yeah.
allow a prolonged one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I roll for it or no? It's just
Yep.
going.
Do a
Okay.
roll, and the diff now. She's been working on it, but she's on painkillers. I'm going to keep it as 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
What the?
So your first aid didn't quite. There's nothing structural about this.
Yeah.
What you did manage to do is find in the tea room a nice pair of flats that Ilka can that will be better for Ilka's feet.
Yeah.
And
They match her outfit.
they do match the outfit. That's not the triumph, though. The triumph is that as you're doing this, you can feel your power flowing into Ilka, and just as you're wrapping it up, handling the ankle and all the rest of it, you can feel that there's pain there, and you just push the pain back. It's like just this nagging feeling in the back of the head. Now it's not actually a debilitating pain anymore. And
There, I learned that from a masseuse in Thailand. Mhm. Hopefully, that makes you feel better.
Ja, das ist wunderbar. Oh, feeling that. Thank you so much, Beth. Yeah, I feel like I can just I'm striding. Yeah, let's go.
I mean, a good pair of shoes that
Okay.
match your outfit always helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have trainers in my office. I will get into those in a minute. But yeah, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
You head back. It's only a couple of blocks away, as I said last session. And when you get back, you can see that people haven't just gone back to work as normal. The second you go into the foyer of the Gherkin, you can see that odd combinations of employees are getting together and talking. And in some cases, some of the groups are very similar to each other. They're either tall and gaunt, or they're broad and stocky and strong, or slightly shorter. Some people are slightly shorter than you remember them. And they are all kind of chatting. Not everybody's in this kind of similarity groups. Others are chatting about various things in hushed tones. When you guys come in, there's a general look in your direction and a huge amount of grins.
Great.
That Katie from finance turns around to you and she goes, "You did it. We were told that there was a bomb in one of the other buildings, and you got rid of it."
You know, just a normal Tuesday.
Um,
Well,
how
maybe
did
for
you
you.
know?
But
How did you know that we did that?
oh, yeah. Sorry. And one of them sheepishly steps forward reaches into a handbag, pulls a crystal ball. We're kind of watching you.
Cool.
May I? Can you show me?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, it just works like this. And she holds it up almost like she's taking a selfie of you, and then focuses.
I'm gonna pose.
And you see the backs of your head. You look back, no camera. And this is just a crystal ball.
Now, Simon, just so I know, with the illusionary, I can see through. Can I see everybody's like true self right now, or no?
If you focus on it, if it occurs to you to focus on it.
She'd probably be like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, you squint slightly, and the girl who's holding the orb, who is in the same group as Katie, you watch as the entire group, including Katie, it ends up being a lot thinner. Their skin is like a kind of green parchment type of skin. Their eyes turn into kind of orbs. And the orbs have got like a kind of a burnt ochre color. Their hair is flowing, but it's like vines or grasses. And you can see that in lieu of the clothes that they are normally wearing, there seems to be this kind of laminated leaf kind of clothing. Like they pressed leaves together and they've just stuck. Like a leaf papier-mâché. But it flexes and moves. It's a dress made out of this stuff.
Well, I won't let the other people know, but I'm just gonna be like, oh, like look her up and down, like what?
One of the girls actually winks at you because she realizes that you're the harp and that you can see this kind of thing. And she actually, you guys, everybody else sees it, that she does a twirl in what is just a pencil skirt, blouse, usual kind of getup. But when she twirls, she actually just lets her arms out. And when she does, like a blossom skirt appears out around her. The others don't see it. Only Beth sees it.
So I'm reacting to it like, what?
Yeah.
That is.
She says the word human to everybody else, but to Beth, she says the word sylph.
And then I'm just going to take a mental note of that. Like, I'm going to get a designer to make me some shit that looks like, okay.
And that is, wow. Like you watch us all the time?
No. When we were told that there was a bomb, we started checking all the other buildings. We get told off if we follow people specifically, but we started checking the buildings like a kind of CCTV, and then when we got to the right building, we could see what you were doing.
Yeah.
How far can you see?
As long as we know a location, we focus on it, we can normally see it.
Could you see into Morgan Knight?
I've never been there.
Right, you have to have been somewhere, okay.
In order to be able to lock onto it. I mean, normally the way I would do it is that if I go to that place and I could see through the window and I could see something like a light or a plant or something like that, I could use that to lock onto, and then I could use that. And you can chain it sometimes. You can look at something, find something, focus on that, and kind of jump. But it gets a bit sketchy after a while, and it can give you a bit of a headache.
Can you, if you've seen someone, can you then look for them somewhere else?
Kind of. We try not to do that because the person can notice that they're being watched. Can make, especially humans, it can make them a bit loopy. They're always looking over their shoulder. They end up getting paranoid, attack people in the street, that kind of thing.
But we didn't notice, obviously.
Well, no, we were focusing on a location, not you. So you were just in the location. When you disappeared, we didn't know where you went to, but we kept watching and waited for you to come back.
And Beth is like stopping herself from trying to touch her hair. Okay.
Okay. Let me get this straight because I have a plan.
Sure.
Bad plan, but I have a
The
plan.
best plan. Yes.
If Beth
Mm.
imitates somebody, can you use that to find the real version? Just to find out where they are, not to
Yeah.
follow them.
I wouldn't know where they are. I'd be able to see their surroundings, and then we could guess from what I see where they are.
Ah.
Kate, that is fucking genius.
Beth, can you make yourself look like the guy who planted the bomb?
Okay. She takes a
The
swig.
real guy, not the janitor.
Okay. Takes a swig. All right. All right. I'm an evil guy. I'm plotting things all over town. Shoo.
Okay. I would like a perception check at Diff 2, just to recall the information. Okay.
Okay.
Just attention to
Let's see.
detail. This is an attention to detail.
Yeah, making sure you don't give him an extra beard or anything, you know.
Okay. Perception check. Let's see how good she's at perceiving things. And what was it? Diff?
Diff 2, just 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
It's
say
looking at things. It's not particularly hard, but it's
Not
how
sure.
distracted you've been. You know.
Okay. Not bad at perception, but not great.
Okay. It's just the stress of it all. You don't know that you're getting this wrong, though. So you and become the guy. And she goes, "Okay, here goes nothing."
The rest of us recognize that it's not the guy.
I will allow any of you to check back on her, but to scrutinize because it looks kind of like it, but not a huge amount.
Yeah.
I'm going to raise the diff, so I'm going to say that the diff for that would probably be not even 3; it'd be 4.
And what are we rolling on this?
Perception.
Perception.
I'm guessing Star's still not here.
No, I'll bring you in
no.
just a sec.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting this to make a great deal of difference, but I'll give it a go and see if I can spot and go, well, hang on, you need that.
Yeah.
He didn't quite look like that. He had.
Yeah. Normally
More of a-
with fail catching, I raise the diff quite a bit. Oh, there we are.
Whoa.
There
I
we
don't
are.
even know where I
Yeah.
got there.
Shit. Yeah. So between the two of you, you start kind of wandering around Beth, pointing out bits. No, this was a bit more like this, and Beth's like, okay, fine, ripple. Ilka. Okay. With the
I'm like
advantage,
Clayface.
with the advantage, Ilka, you notice as you were there going, no, the tattoo, it looked more like this, and as you're describing it, you go, this guy was in the Navy, Marines. As you realise that one of his tattoos is a regiment tattoo.
Right.
Ah.
And I don't know much
Laptop?
about regiments, but you know the regiment.
Yeah. Laptop. Yeah. Laptop.
One of the shorter members of staff that you're sure was the same height as you comes up with a laptop and hands it to you.
Vielen Dank. She's gonna look up the tattoo that she remembers to see what regiment it is.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you look it up by the name of the regiment, and then confirm the tattoo. Yeah, this guy was a Marine.
In British Marine,
Yeah.
presumably.
Yeah. Yeah, Royal Marine.
Right. Huh. Okay. You carry on doing the crystal ball
search.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm Beth. You are amazing. I honestly like. You exude so much, even as this villain.
Thank you. I
Give me a
tried.
leadership.
Ilka's going to go off to make a phone call.
Ilka, give me a leadership check, diff 3.
Leadership check diff 3. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Dee. Ooh, God, she's rolling well today.
Yeah, as you say that, Beth, it's like a breath of fresh air.
Oh,
Just suddenly you've got this. I mean, you were never lacking in confidence, but you've got this feeling like you could take on the world, man.
ooh, I am feeling it. I'm evil. I'm bad. And then she's gonna start walking around like, yeah, look at me.
Yeah. So you get to they get to the point where they're like, okay, no, I'm getting something. We need to be away from the windows for this. Let's go into the conference room. They go into the conference room, and as they do so, they close the door, and for the first time for the rest of you, as Star walks in, it's going to be a bit confusing for Star. You walk in, you go, oh, they're going in the conference room. You tailgate them in, and just as the door closes, Katie and some of the people from finance, Katie from finance and some other people from dotted around the place, just suddenly go, and as they do so, they completely change. So the sylphs that I mentioned before, you can now see them in the same way that Beth can see them. These orb eyes, like tieflings have, this kind of parchmenty skin, and the veins in it almost look like leafy veins. The grass hair that still flows like regular hair, but it's just got that kind of grassy look to it. And the what you call it, the kind of gaunt, angled features, very thin, preternaturally thin, with as I say, this kind of laminated leaf clothing. But as they change, some of them do actually flex some of their powers, and just this daisy chain type skirt comes around their legs. Some of them decide instead to have kind of like a hot pants look, but a few of them do this, and they've got they're surrounded by these beautiful blossoms. There's a smell of spring blossoms in the air. Just this mixture, this cacophony of scents, and they say, "Okay, so let's."
It's a trap. Watch out,
Let's
these
No,
people.
it's fine.
okay.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Yep.
They focus with what previously was a crystal ball, but what you can see now, it seems to be a globe of water, like a single dewdrop that they're holding in their hands. And as they focus on it, you can see an image start to appear. And focusing, they project it onto the wall. And they say, okay, he's... And you can see a guy fucking trashing I say a room. It's a small warehouse, like the little industrial estates that you get normally, where they've got like a little office on the side, then this gigantic garage door, and then inside whatever they've got inside. This one seems to be a general workshop. You can see that there's weapons, there's guns in there, and he is tearing the place up. There is a car in there, and he just tears off one of the sections of the car, one of the wings of the car, and throws it against the wall. It buckles when it hits the wall. He starts smashing panels, this kind of gypsum panel stuff that makes like an office, but it's got like shitty plasterboard walls. He's smashing through that, and with the level of strength that he's got, you can see the angrier he's getting, the stronger he's getting. And he's just slapping windows into pieces. He picks up a bench clamp, quite a heavy thing, and throws it shot put style into a piece of racking. The racking just gets obliterated by it. and he just bellows, this bestial bellow, as he's there hyperventilating. Picks up the phone and just crushes the phone in his hand and throws it away and starts picking out bits of Gorilla Glass out of his hand. He's saying, "All right, I don't get to have my fun. Fine.
Okay. Joseph. Sorry, Star. As you're here. You can open a doorway to any other door, yeah?
Oh, we're not going and doing this right now, are we?
I want to go have a word with this guy. You guys
my
can come along
goodness.
if you want.
I wouldn't want to talk to him. He seems like a black coffee sort of
That's
guy.
fine.
They're never nice.
I'll talk to him. I'm going to do the talking. That's fine. But can you link me to that car door?
I don't think it works. I can try. I can try.
Go for it.
Trying to think of something clever to say.
This is where it went wrong, kids.
Yes.
Don't be clever. Just do it.
Yeah.
All right.
To the black coffee drinker. Wah!
You hit it, and the door. You're starting to get when it works and when it doesn't work now, because the door kind of pops in your mind, and there's definite popping sensation. And in what is the weirdest transition yet, Kate, as you open the door, the car bonnet opens. So
right.
this is a 90-degree transition. The second you go through the door, you'll be subject to gravity. So this may not be that elegant. Maybe a bit of a run would be useful.
I have super parkour, so I actually am elegant when I get out.
Yep. You can
climb out.
Yeah, you can superhero 3-point land out of this thing if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Star
I'll grab
will
onto
follow
the edge of the
behind.
door, swing myself round, and land on my heels.
Star will
Apparently I have
awkwardly
heels.
crawl out of it.
Oh,
Okay.
is everybody
Falling off.
actually coming? 'Cause,
Well, let's get to the point where Kate gets out first. So
yeah,
Kate,
so I
you
climb out.
flip out and superhero 3-point land in heels, right?
No.
This guy, this fucking gorilla of a guy, swings around, picks up a full toolbox that's you think it's like metal tools in there, it's a mechanics toolbox, and throws it in your direction. We're going straight into combat.
I will catch it.
You okay? So this is going to be a contested roll because this is not a combat-based game, but we can do combat because it's Genesys. It can do anything. He's going to try a full-on melee attack at you.
Okay.
And it's going to be a roll-off. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're trying to catch this thing.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to roll his.
So is it just melee against melee, basically?
Well, yeah, he's throwing, so he's actually using an athletics attack
Right,
against
okay.
you. You can use either athletics or ranged if you want to try and catch it.
I'll use athletics then.
Okay.
So am I rolling as well, or do I set the difficulty based on what I...
No, we just there's no difficulty. I roll, you roll, whoever gets the highest, things happen.
Okay.
Okay. Don't forget that you are upgrading yours by 1 because you're a hero.
All right, so I get 1 upgrade.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I've got a success and 4 advantages, but you get 3 successes. Okay. So this is what happens. First of all, you get you're going to get 2 points of strain.
Sure.
Just as you come out, he doesn't even break to see who you are. He just throws blindly but accurately in your direction, and that rattles you.
Okay.
Yep. Also, he has a thing, which is terrifying demeanor. When he throws it at you, You do, however, get some karma back. Some what's the word? You get to save face because he throws this gigantic thing at you, and you catch it by the handle. You beat him by more than 2 successes, so you get to do it with style.
Right.
And you just, well, you can do whatever you want. You've got a very heavy toolbox in your hand right now.
Okay. I will put it down next to me, but within reach.
He goes to throw a torque wrench at you.
Okay, we're not getting anywhere with this. I will pull like a wrench out of the toolkit or a
Sure.
big off spanner or whatever, and I will try and close the distance between us because this guy's not going to stop until I put him down, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, guess we're going for it.
Okay. So
I'm gonna charge him and swing at him.
I would like you
hopefully
to, before
avoid-
doing that, we're going to get a
Right.
bit of an order. The good news is that you're probably going to do a lot better than this guy. So I want you to just roll cool with no difficulty.
Right, hang on. I have some of that. Cool. Where is that? That's on my hair somewhere. There it is. Oh, wow. Okay, with no difficulty.
Yeah.
Do I get one upgraded because I'm a hero, or is that?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. So he goes before you, and even with the 4 setback dice, because this guy is enraging, he is not cool. He still manages to get a lucky shot on you.
Right.
So he's gonna throw at you. So this time when he does the attack, you feel as you're stepping forward, very sure of yourself. This guy is, feels like twice your mass. But as he throws it at you, I don't know, you just feel hard. Sorry, I forgot to put the diff in. Okay, he does hit. And he hits for... ordinarily, this would be a 7 wound strike.
Right.
Yeah, he throws this torque wrench like it's a fucking throwing knife. And a torque wrench is a heavy thing. I mean, this big old thing.
Yeah.
When it hits you, suddenly there's a doing as it hits your chest. How much soak would you normally have?
That I assume is on my character. 3.
Okay. This thing should have done 7 points of damage. It did 2. And you look down and kind of just as you're approaching, you're like, what? And there's something hard, metallic under your blouse.
Right.
Just yeah. And that was his initiative as he goes, ha. It's you. And presumably you're going to go and bean him with the wrench.
Yeah. It's my turn now.
Okay. I invite you to flip a light side.
Okay, I will do so.
As you start wielding this wrench, you bring it back and it shapeshifts in your hands.
Right.
What weapon does it turn into?
I think it turns into a sword.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going the full knight route here.
Yeah, full classic. You notice that your hands start to take on a metallic sheen. And yeah, as you wheel this thing back, it suddenly grows longer, sharpens, and there's a few wrenchy elements to it, but it's a frickin' sword now.
Yeah.
So,
I can imagine it's got like an angled guard, which would be good at removing nuts. But yeah.
yeah, the pommel you can still remove nuts with. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
This is a two-handed weapon.
Okay.
It is so the weapon qualities for this will be dictated by a roll. So I want you to just give me a quick 2 yellow, 1 2 yellow, 1 green roll, please.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So this is a weapon class of 7. A weapon class of 6, which means the first success does 6 points of damage, and then other successes do extra damage, just like World of Darkness. Then there's one
Right.
major quality and one minor quality that you can give this weapon. I'm not going to go through the list of weapon qualities, but what kind of thing by flavor would you like to give this enchanted sword? How are you going to build your Excalibur?
Right. Okay. What have I got? Say that again. What it does? Because I'm
Okay.
trying to.
So when you hit with this, the first
Yep.
success, which normally net success is a hit anyway, will do 6 points of damage. Then you
Right.
add your successes to the damage as well. So it's a good weapon, is my point. It's a freaking broadsword, right?
Okay.
But the advantages and the triumph gave you 1 normal quality for a sword, which would be like piercing, or it could be brutal, which would increase the critical. I'm not going to give you the full list, but I have the full list up here. What I would like you to describe is, how is this sword awesome? And there's one thing about it that is super awesome.
I think it has an arc when it swings, like a visible arc showing where it's been.
Yeah.
So like a blue haze that follows the blade behind it.
Yeah.
It's that's the enchantment. Effectively, the sword is as the sword is coming, the enchantment is slightly being left in the wake, and then has to follow the sword. And I think that when it actually connects and that catches up, there's like an additional impact from the wake catching up to the blade.
Okay, there is a fantastic quality to what is normally given to guns in Genesys, called the linked quality. And so there we go. Genesys linked quality. Can I just send a thing? No, because it says Genesys LinkedIn and all that bollocks. Basically, if you get 2 advantages on an attack roll, you do another attack. It's a double striking sword.
Right. Okay. I'll go with that.
Yeah, I mean, this was a quintessential moment of you forming what you are. So basically, you'll hit with a physical sword, and then, as you say, the enchantment catches up for the second strike.
Yeah.
It can only happen once per attack.
Right.
But yeah, if you get 2 advantages, you get to roll an extra attack.
Right. Okay.
After the first. Okay. That's the major quality. The minor quality I'm going to give that it also has pierce, so it can pierce through 1 point of soak. The grin on his face, as I say, this gigantic guy, doesn't waver when he sees you just elongate this fucking wrench into a sword. And this has all happened in a split second as you're about to swing it. So
Yep.
I would like you to give me a melee attack, please.
Okay.
Div 2, because all melee attacks are Div 2. And there's 2 setback dice.
So black. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Hermit's just done a setback.
God damn it.
3 black dice, I'm afraid.
What are you doing to me, chat? Seriously, where's
Yeah.
the loyalty? Not good
You've got
enough.
slippery hands. Come
Some
on.
people-
If only you
Some
get some fish and
people-
chips beforehand.
Some people are getting fired. Just saying.
He's not in your department.
I'll find a way. I'll talk to HR.
He's PR. He's every department.
Right. So
Okay.
what have we got there? Oh, that's not bad.
So
That's not bad.
your first attack
been
isn't
worse.
great. Although that one at the end that Hermit gave you a threat that stopped you getting your double strike. Hermit, you're in trouble, man.
Oh, this is it. It's like, I'll remind some of you that I'm going to be your GM in November.
You swing in and you slash at this guy. So with one success, it's 7 damage. He does soak some of it up. I'm not going to say how much, but you get a cut on him, and he goes, "Ha! You're going for it, huh? You're going for it. Ha! Let's see what lefty and righty can do." And he's going to come up and he's just going to try to pummel the fuck out of you. You've got a soak now of 5.
Right. Okay.
And you are armoured. You have 2 points of armour, which is 2 setback dice. He was also armoured in a different way. He's just going to come in and he's going to try to bam, hit you with his fists. So let's see how this goes. Is he gonna... Yeah, he's gonna aim as well. So, Dave,
Yep.
now we're going into combat proper.
Right.
You get a move, a maneuver, and an action.
Right.
The move is if you want to change bands, disengage, all that kind of shit. It's not going to be a thing because this is...
one-on-one. Yeah.
I don't know what the mano is man on man. I don't know what it would be for a man on woman. But there's just one person on one person. So movement isn't going to be that much unless there's something you want to do flavorful with the movement. With your maneuver, the 2 things that's usable in this particular combat is that you can aim, which means that it'll give you a blue to your attack.
Right.
Or you can take a defensive stance, which will give a setback dice to whoever's attacking you.
Right. Okay. So either a plus to me or a negative then.
Yeah. So he's going to aim. So for him, aiming is the Popeye winding up kind of thing.
Right.
And he's going to try to hit you. But with 2 setbacks, does hit. He also doesn't get enough advantages. You're linked, by the way, triggers on 2 advantages.
Right.
But he does hit you. Now, with that, that's going to be 6 points of damage, so you only take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And as he hits you square on in the chest, bam! This, hitting right in the middle, sternum, isn't exactly the best place to hit. You almost want to hit like in the face or in the gut. Want to wind him or you want to knock him out. He tries to hit you like in the solar plexus. You have a feeling that ordinarily he would be able to punch somebody square in the chest and stop their heart.
Right.
When he hits you, dong! You realise it's your skin that's metal.
Yeah.
Not to go into too much of detail, but certain things don't move that normally move.
Okay.
Right? And as he hits you, you just like, yeah, you're not wearing armour. You are the armour. And when he hits you, just 1 point of damage after soak. He goes in for the second hit. And you just kind of go, yeah, I'm made of armour, but I'm still going to dodge. And he doesn't manage to get the second one in. It's too slow. The second one's too slow. You can see he knows he hasn't done that much damage. And so he starts to snarl. And you have a feeling that he's going to be trying something different next turn.
Okay.
At this point, Star at this point jumps out of the car. Star hasn't got any fucking armor.
Oh yeah, Star knows. God,
I'll file in behind Scar.
Oh,
I don't.
Okay.
I can't see what my abilities can do, but I have Field Commander,
Okay.
and I know it's something where I can give Kate another turn.
What?
Yep. Field Commander can be disgusting. Hang on, let me grab my book.
Yes.
Oh, actually, while I
Star's
grab
been
my book, I
collecting
just realised it's
talents.
9:30. So While I grab my book, let's have a 10-minute break. And
Yep.
when we come back, looks like all of you are going to be going up against the villain. So, yeah.
No,
Let's...
Ilka's on the
Yes.
phone. Ilka's on the phone to somebody. They all buggered off. Ilka's on the
Yeah.
phone downstairs.
Yeah, they've gone
Right.
they've gone through a door, and the door just is pointing up
Yeah.
at a really grubby ceiling, and there's lots of clanking sounds coming from there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go into a 10-minute break, and when I come back, being that I have to look up Field Commander, we'll carry on with this fight with one hero and two very squishy people. So we'll see you then.
Bye.
Be right back.
Right.
And we are back. Managed to time that just to the end of the music as well. That was good. So, when we left off, let's go studio mode. There we go. When we left off, Kate had jumped through one of Star's doors, going out of a conference room in the Gherkin, and coming out of a car boot in... Fuck knows. Who the hell knows where this place is? You didn't get any clues as to where it was. You were just like, well, I can see it. That means I can go there. Beep. And giving you guys the ridiculous amount of power that this game contends with, you found yourself in your first proper combat. Now, I made this disclaimer off screen, but I'll make it for the people watching as well. Genesys has a very involved combat system. We're using bits of it. We're not using all of it. If you want to see the combat system, check out any of our Star Wars Legends of the Sprawl game, where you will see that we use the linked auto blast, vicious, all those kind of qualities. I don't want that feel for this game, because these guys are playing characters who are a little out of their depth and everything's happening quickly. 3 days have passed. So... as far as we're concerned, Kate has just gone, oh, I've got metal skin. Oh, I've got a sword. I'm going to swing to win. And that's it. That's the situation. So I have deliberately not coached these guys on Genesys combat, because I don't want them thinking about Genesys combat. I want them thinking about what they've got so far, what they can do, what I've given them narratively. And Kate is starting to discover some more facets of this. So, Star jumps out, shortly followed by Beth. Both of them not as elegant as you, Kate. No superhero 3-point landing in heels. We're talking a that elegant sound, the sound of elegance of someone getting over something as they push their stomach against it. To come and get out. Kate,
oh dear.
Beth is a bit better, being that she has had to do certain kind of gymnastic-y things. Star, I'm sorry, you're a mess coming out. You flollop out. I'm going to use the word. You flollop out of the car boot. Beth, as you get out, there's a bit of elegance there, but not as much as you'd like.
I'm also in gym clothes, so I'm all right.
Well, at least you got the flexibility, Can you imagine having to do this in a pencil skirt? That would be terrible. Although the hero did. Kate's in like office wear and rocking it.
Oh God!
But the hero can do that. It's good to connect with stuff like that. It's like picture the scene. This person's in heels and. Yes, they've got. She's got skin that's like metal, but she's hardly looking the part. But one part of Kate is looking the part. You can see this gigantic sword that, as she swings it, the blade kind of has an echo behind it and has this beautiful arc, as Dave said, that goes behind it. So we're going to go back into combat. He just had his turn. Kate hit with a sword for the first time. So what we need to do...
I didn't get my strike back, did I, after he...
Yeah, you're about to go into another strike. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want me to do that, or do you want the others to have an action first? I don't mind.
Well,
giving everybody else a chance.
This is again, how the initiative works in Genesys, so we're going to use a bit of that, and that is... you roll for your slots, but then you can swap slots with other players. Because there's only one other guy, it's basically when all you go and when he goes. So it makes it simpler for this purpose. So you are all going first, and then he's going to go. I'm going to say that you guys have come in on Kate's initiative. So amongst yourselves, who would go first?
Well, I think I think it's fair to say that Kate would sort of take a little bit of movement to see, to make sure that she's between the guy and And
Oh yeah, Star's hiding behind Kate.
right. So,
Like,
but
there's-
that would be like I'm making sure of that before I actually take a swing at him to make sure that I'm blocking
Okay.
the way of that. So effectively giving them a chance to do whatever they're doing, and then I'll swing in at the end, sort of thing. Yep.
Sure. Okay, so Star and Beth, you come out and you can see that Kate has gone Conan the Barbarian on this guy. This guy is huge. You saw the illusion that the sylphs, or the scrying that the sylphs projected for you. But this guy is huge. He's menacing. I would like both Beth and Star to take a point of strain now just looking at him. Terrifying demeanor. Kate has some resistance. Okay. This guy exudes destruction, downfall, terrible things happening, pain being inflicted. What are you two doing?
I'm gonna stifle it like, and then maybe reflexively, just try to camouflage myself.
Yeah. You look at your surroundings and just go, I've done this before. And you are completely cloaked.
All right, and then I'm just I'm gonna say, oh my, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna try and flank the dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you make it so that he can't perceive you, and you relocate. Yeah,
Okay.
presumably, like run around the car or something.
Right,
So,
I'm just
so that
gonna-
you, as you say, you manage to get a side flank. That would be your action and your move. For your maneuver, you can either get ready to aim something next turn, or you can give yourself more defense by being aware. So, would you like to use your maneuver for defense or offense?
I'm gonna use it to get closer so I can maybe do that cool kick that I
Yeah.
learned,
Sure.
or throw something at him.
So yeah, that would either way. Positioning for that is kind of an aim. So you on your next action, don't forget that you have a bonus dice. So you've added a blue
Okay.
dice for the next round. Cool.
All right. I just want to get in. I don't want to get close. I want to stay like. I don't want to be too close to him, but not too far away. I want to be in throwing range, basically.
Yeah. You can get easily close enough for that. Yeah. Or close enough to kind of step in, do it, and step out. Yeah. Yeah. I'll allow that. Star, what are you doing?
I've been buying talents for this very reason,
Okay.
and not
so-
to get a higher talent or anything like that.
Okay, so you mentioned that you have, out of the Genesis book, coordinated assault.
Yeah.
So once per turn, you can use this to give a number of allies engaged with your character. You said you're hiding just behind Kate, so in this case it'll
Yep.
be Kate, because Beth has
Yep.
run off. So how many ranks of leadership do you have?
1.
Okay, so Kate, on your next roll, we'll be adding an extra advantage, which could trigger crits, or it could trigger the linked ability.
Oh right, I just get an advantage. So
Yeah, just whatever you get with your roll, we'll add an
So
extra
I
advantage
can-
on.
So I can do that by adding a symbol on, can't I?
You can add a symbol, yeah. So if you go on to
The advantage is the triangle.
it's the upwards arrow. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Done
Okay.
that.
Cool.
Ready for that? Thank you.
And
The other thing that you have is if you're using it,
yeah, I've,
well, if you've got it, may as well use it. Is Field Commander.
yes.
So make me an average leadership test. So that's a leadership test, diff 2.
2 and a roll. Ooh, that doesn't look good.
And Nick, I have noticed what you're doing, so I will be flaring that in. So with a failure with that, unfortunately, it doesn't trigger. But if it had triggered, Kate
Yep.
could have taken an immediate maneuver, which
Yeah.
gives her more defense or allows
Yep.
it to aim or whatever.
Yep.
The whatever is that its action is a major action like an attack. Maneuver is a minor action, so sometimes you say, as a maneuver, can I and I'll say whether it's a maneuver or an action. So, that's what your two allies do. So, Kate, as this guy kind of squares up to you, you can see that he's looking around for a creative way of doing something nasty. And as he does so, you can feel the hero bubbling up. Your skin starts to feel just that little bit more metallic. It looks more metallic now as well. It's like somebody's put luster petal all over you, which is harder to get up than glitter. Buy Lush, people. You'll find out what I mean. They use a lot of luster petal, especially for somebody who's hairy. That stuff sticks. So yeah, now you are kind of frosted with this metallic sheen. You're wielding the sword, and you're burning with this extra power.
Okay.
So I want you to upgrade twice.
How does that work?
So
Because
if you
when I've
are full
already-
up on yellows,
right.
yeah, your upgrade gives you another green. Then if you upgrade again, that turns that green to a yellow, and then green, yellow,
Right.
going along. So
So
what's your dice pool?
2 yellow, 1 green. So it go to 3 yellow, 1 green.
It goes to 3 yellow and green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, at this point, not only are you juiced because you're the hero going against the villain, which got you flared up already, but Nick flaring you up extra, you're just suddenly realizing that this is a pivotal point. This is why you got given these powers, was to face off against this guy. And you can feel the tale that you're weaving now, this kind of pre-told tale where fate gives you these abilities and gives you this destiny. There's a pivotal point in that destiny, and it empowers you. So I'm assuming that you're just swinging, but describe it. What are you doing?
Okay, so I mean, I did say that I was going to maneuver to be in the way for everybody else. So I'm going to take that as a defensive maneuver.
You can have that as a move if you're just interposing. You can just have that as a move.
Yeah, I don't, because I've either got to give myself a bonus or him a negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel that what I was trying to do is basically make it harder for him to go for anybody else. So I would see that as a negative. I'm reducing the options on what he can do.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to keep it as that.
Yeah. So your maneuver is going to be defensive, which gives him an extra setback dice. Yeah.
Yep. And then for my attack, I'm obviously I'm still an amateur at this, but I'm bringing this in wide arc, sort of with an upward swing. So sort of coming up under his arm and across his chest.
Okay.
You get.
Yeah.
Sword Hadouken. Yeah. We've learned.
So I've got everything set up, I think, the way it should be. So I'm going to roll.
Yeah. So last time
Ooh.
Okay. That's good, but you didn't put any diff in, so you now have to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You now have to roll in an extra 2 purple.
Okay.
And 2 black, not the 3 black, because Dagoth Desir has flared you to the point where your hands are sweaty no longer.
Okay.
And if you roll that in, and what I'll do is I'll take them away. Okay, so you basically just lose 1 success and you lose 1 advantage. So you got 2 successes, 2 advantages.
Ooh,
Right.
that's
Now-
So that's still a second hit. So is that a second attack? So another roll, or is that just it hits twice?
It hits twice with the same damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what Linked does, because, as you say, it's an echo of the same sword, right? It goes exactly the same place where the first one goes. So that's what Linked does. And so, you swing in, smack. And then the second one comes in as well. In the break, I said that your weapon has a crit of 3. Unfortunately, because the threat got rid of one of those and turned it into only 2, it's not a crit, but you can activate the linked thing, which means that you
Yep.
attack twice.
Twice.
So, it is a weapon damage of 6, plus 3 is 9, minus his
No,
thing.
plus 2, isn't it? Plus 2, sorry.
Plus. Oh yes, sorry, plus 2 because of the.
I don't want
Yeah.
to get anything I
Thank
didn't
you.
deserve.
So 8 twice, each time soaked.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a chunk, but I don't think it'll have outed him.
Again, this is a huge gorilla of a guy, but you hacking into him, you can see these cuts slashing up at him. He doesn't have metallic skin. He's big instead.
Right.
He's more a meat shield rather than a shield.
Yeah.
And you can see as the blood starts to kind of seep from the wounds, he just seems to be getting angrier and angrier. Okay, to the point where you've unlocked one of his things, which is great because this guy needs to be angry, and damaging him angers him.
Okay.
He
Right,
is
Hulk.
going to go for an attack which will potentially hit both you and Star, because Star's engaged, meaning right behind you, but he does get the extra setback dice because you went defensive on him. Okay?
Yeah.
He knows that just punching you isn't going to do it. So he's going to try and pick up basically the worktop that's next to him,
Okay.
which is like kind of a thin metal base, but then quite a thick wood top. It's got notches in it and all the rest of it. You know, anyone's been in a workshop seen this kind of thing. And it's clear when he lifts it up, which I'm going to just flip a dark side so he doesn't have to roll for picking it up.
Okay.
He just does this dreadful strength, which is what I've named it. Lifts up this counter. Now this counter. What was that? This counter is clearly going to do a lot more than his hands. Not only that, but he's kind of throwing it and spinning it at you, so it's going to go bum 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 bum, and potentially trample both yourself and Star in the process.
Right.
This is what we call in Genesys, for those who are following the mechanics, the blast quality. So it's going to try and hit Kate, but if the blast goes off, it'll also hit Star.
Right.
Okay. So let's have a go. Diff is 2. With the 2 to hit you and the third one that you inflicted on him because of defensive. And what he's looking for with this is that he's looking for 3 successes to trigger the blast quality.
Right.
If he has 2 sets of 3, the second 3 will mean that everyone in the blast quality gets a crit as well. So if he gets 6 advantages, this can start going very, very badly. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So that's a triumph, which means he can trigger either of them that he wants. I'm going to go with a crit, actually. So he doesn't get to hit Star. In the
Okay.
flavour of what Kate said, you did the defensive stance, the whole kind of,
Yep.
parrying with it. You're going to take
Yep.
the blow. Yeah? You've got a soak of 5.
5 at the minute. Yep.
He picked up a thing that basically did 6 damage. So 6 plus 3 is 9, minus 5. You take 4 points of damage
Okay.
as he throws this gigantic thing at you. And he also crits you. That's the first crit I think we've had so far.
So 4, yeah.
4 points of damage to you. And this guy's got a thing called Vicious. So his critical ends up getting harder, worse. Overpowered. Okay. So this is a level 2 critical injury, which means that it's diff 2 to undo this injury. Overpowered. He leaves you in the open, so you get splatted by this thing. Star jumps back. You give him just enough time to get free. And it says here the target leaves themselves open, and the attacker may immediately attempt another free attack against you using exactly the same dice pool as the original attack. So the flavor of this is that it pins you. He runs up, bellowing, picks up the bench top again, for which I will flip another dark side because the last one cost a dark side, so we'll keep that the same. And he's going to basically attempt to pick it up and just slam it down on you again. So I'm rolling that again. Ooh! Such a lucky roll. Such a lucky roll for you. Blinded by his rage, he slams it down in exactly the same place, not compensating for you rolling. You roll out the way, and the corner of this desk that you have a feeling that in the right circumstances could sever a limb, slams down, causing a dent in the floor next to you, inches away from your face.
Right.
That could have been worse. That could have been a lot worse. Yeah. And then thankfully the extra black die carries across because it says use exactly the same dice pool as the original attack. Yeah, that could have been another crit, and the next crit would have been at plus 30. Okay. Thankfully with this one, the overpowered one just happens once. It's not something that has to be cured, actually, this one. It's just a situational one. So, back to you guys. You can see quite a bit of damage has been done to Kate as he's picking up the terrain now and slamming it into her. But he is bleeding quite a bit. Back to you guys. What are you doing? Ilka, you can do one of two things. Either you can choose when you come in after your phone call, or we'll go back and do your thing. Okay. Because what was your phone call for again? You were calling his number, was it?
Oh, no. Ilka has a special resource that she wants to call.
Oh, yes. You told me about that one. Okay. We will get to it.
Yeah, that's fine. She's not going to participate. She's now trying to sort out the Jeremy Kyle thing because she knows Kate's indisposed. So
yeah, okay. You do get the second that you approach the Jeremy Kyle thing, you do find out that Lorraine Kelly, who, for those who aren't in the UK, she's a daytime TV host on one of the channels here, has been contacting Excelsior saying, what are you going to do about this Jeremy Kyle problem? Do you need my help? I can get you a show. I can get you to, face off against him and all the rest of it because, I've got the scene I need to run. So you've already got an in. It's just what you want to do with it, but we will get to that. So, Christy, Joseph, David, what are you doing?
I want to go ahead, Joseph. I'll save Beth for last.
And we need to put you as Dave. We need to put you as Dave on your Zoom thing. Otherwise, I'm going to keep looking at you and saying David like you're in trouble.
I don't mind. I literally have no preference over which one said. It's just everybody tends to call me Dave.
Yeah. So. Okay, so go for it.
I think Kate needs a shield of some sort.
I've been thinking something along those lines. I was wondering if I could make a shield because it seems to fit, right?
Yeah. So, starts thinking, where on earth could he get a shield from?
Okay.
Look.
You can feel the power bubbling up in you. I will allow a light side point for you to fast fabricate a shield.
Yeah, go on. Don't know what that does, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you flip a light side.
Yep.
You do see that the top of the car bonnet that you guys have come out of, the top of it has like a rack on the top that holds the warning triangle, and that rack looks a lot like a handle, that you could hold. Unfortunately, it's attached to the car, but there's a plasma cutter right next to you, and you're just like, well. You just do this, surely. You pick it up, flick it on, And it's just 2 points. It's just the 2 curved points that the car door comes up on, and you just go, well, spot welds, isn't it? Psh, 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 and just hand Kate a car door. Kate, your soak has gone up by another 2.
Okay. I'm feeling better at that.
Your
Okay,
soak is
so-
now 7.
Does this now change to like a proper
A kite shield.
yeah, yeah.
Or a
Rather
tower
than-
shield, whatever
want,
you want.
I think a tower shield's
Yeah.
it's not the image really, is it? We want a proper kite shield at this point.
Yeah, I was about to
Sort of,
say, it's more valiant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even though the tower shield
Does
is king,
Avalon
you know.
does Avalon have an app logo? Because that's what's on the shield.
Yes, it has a stylized A with no crossbar, with a silhouette of a silhouette of a woman holding her phone out, and light coming out of the kind of A frame, backlighting the silhouette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
it was on the poster in the last episode. So yeah,
Right.
that's the logo. Normally they do use the A without the figure in front of it, but they use the figure a lot. And yeah, that's now on the thing. Yeah, your soak has just gone up to 7.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so I see that going on, and they're distracted. So I reach and get the explosives, and I'm gonna fastball special it onto his back.
Jesus.
Oh God!
I mean, it will fall off his back. I mean, if you want to like shove up his jumper or something like that, we can absolutely do that.
Yeah, I want to. Maybe I can, because I saw Kate do the parkour, and nobody's gonna see it because I'm invisible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna parkour on his back and then try and jump behind Kate's shield.
Okay. So yeah. So your maneuver is going to be like a 2-parter where you go up, stuff it down the back of his clothes or something, and then leap off and
Right.
do that. So I'm going to say your move and your maneuver is going to be doing that. The key point here, because normally I only like to roll for what is the quintessential skill that you need. It will be either, because you're having to get one over on him, it will either be coordination, or it will be skullduggery, which is a cunning
Ooh,
trait.
I'm good at both.
Yeah, skullduggery is pickpocketing, and this
why
is
are we
effectively
not surprised.
reverse pickpocketing. And the coordination is just, it's stuff like this. It's doing something that requires getting every part of it right, like balancing or whatever. So
Okay. All right, they're both the
ooh,
same.
but then the
so,
diff is the
Yeah.
interesting part.
Now I have knack for it, which lets me remove. I pick a skill and it lets me remove one of the
Yeah,
difficulties.
sure.
That's once per game, so I guess this would be time to use it.
Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't think I would. It removes 2 setbacks, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I wouldn't have given more than 2 anyway. So I won't put any setbacks in.
Okay.
The diff for this, it's going to be coordination versus, I guess, his ability to snap round and go, "What's that?" So I'm going to go with the difficulty being his agility. So the diff is going to be 3.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because both skullduggery and coordination is the same, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
You do it. That's still a success.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
the advantage, with the threat. What do I want to do with a single threat?
I probably say something. Behind you, stupid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll go with that. Because a single threat isn't that much. But he does know who did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't see you, but he knows who did it. Yeah. I'll go
Yeah, it
with
was
that.
me, stupid.
Yeah. Well suggested. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's just a little narrative thing that he has a reason to be angry at you, which for this guy means something. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm going to take advantage of the slight distraction. I'll use that to represent my aim and take a swing.
Okay. So again, diff 2, 2 setback dice. You've got a boost dice from your. Oh, actually, Christy, can you just roll me a single blue because you set up in your previous turn a bonus dice just for.
Oh yeah, that's
It'll only
right.
make it better, but yeah, no, nothing. That's fine.
Nothing happened.
Okay, so Kate, so 2 black, 1 blue, diff 2, and the rest you know.
Do I get the upgrades still? Because
Yeah.
is the flare still
The
going?
flare is for an entire scene.
Right.
Yeah, they
Okay.
turned you into Hero Plus, basically.
Okay. What do I get if I flip a light side? Can I do that
You could upgrade it
without
again.
achieve anything? I could upgrade it again. See, I'm thinking greedy right now.
Well, I've been using them. You know, you can use them back.
Yeah, we are in a lead. You know what? Bloody
Yeah,
doing
go for it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because this is an insane roll, and it's now going to ruin. This is going to go wrong. It's going to go horribly wrong. Because
No, it's going to go really well.
no,
It's going to go the
I've put
best.
too much on it. I've put too much on it.
No, it's going to go great. It's going to go great.
Look, see.
Joseph, what have you done? What have you done?
I'm
man?
sorry.
So you miss with linked, but rather than using it for linked, you can use advantages for something else. So one of the things you can do with advantage, one advantage is you can give the next ally to act a boost dice, or with 2 you can choose who you give the boost dice to. So Dave, who would you like to give a boost dice to for the next action?
I'll give it to Beth
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
because I think she's going to need to get out of the way.
Well, he can't see it.
Well, no,
Is the good
but
thing. So
yeah, you can't see it, but
yeah.
he's aware of her. So
he's aware who did it and who he needs to get revenge on. Put it that way. Yeah, which is noted down because he's petty. So he won't always go. He won't always go for the logical target. He'll go for the emotive target. Okay. You slash at him, and this time, it's not that it doesn't hit. It's just that he ends up slapping it away with his meaty hands. There's superficial cuts that don't really do anything. And I think he's going to. Yeah, he's going to attempt one of his grapple attacks.
Oh no.
So let's do this. That, and that. You didn't do defensive this time, you did aiming, so it's just the 2 for your armor. So this attack, he's going to try to lay hands on you and grapple you. It does half damage.
Okay.
As he does so, but you will be grappled effectively. Now this doesn't stop you from being able to attack or anything like that. It's just keyword grappled, which triggers some of his next attacks. Yeah. You can, if you wish, try to become ungrappled as part of your action if you don't like the idea that this guy's got hands on you. Okay. So he succeeds. He does get a threat, which I'm going to give. For those threats, I'm going to give him a setback dice on his next attack.
Okay.
You're in for it now, stupid.
So this would be... Yeah, you get no damage from this. You soak it in your entirety. He's got his hands around this metal. He's kind of like trying to kind of lock his arms around you, which normally would be crushing you, bruising you, something like that. But you're fucking metal. You got the shield out and everything. You are trying to wriggle out of it. But for now, you're keyword grappled. You have a choice this round to either use an action to get out of grappled, which means that you'll be doing quite a nasty roll. You'll have to do either coordination or athletics check against his score, which is 2 red, 2 purple. Or you can just choose to just wail on him from within the grapple. When he performs a grapple attack for this particular build, you become ungrappled when he does the whatever he's about to do.
Yeah.
So he could throw you or attempt to crush you or throw you to the floor and make you prone or whatever. But whatever he does, it will burn that grapple token, basically. Okay? So, back to all you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, again, I'm happy to see what the others do first, and then take my action. So
okay. So he's got his hands around Kate, right?
Yeah, huge bear hug. He's trying to kind of manipulate her and move her into a position where he can pull off like a
Okay.
special move. It's like wrestling, where they're trying to manipulate the shoulders, get them so they're facing the right direction.
I'm gonna get up and put that boat of crushed pills and drugs and blow it in his face.
Absolutely. So again, this is a stunt.
Yeah.
I'm going to invoke the stunt rules for this. So this will be a coordination check. Actually, yeah, coordination or again skullduggery for what you're doing. So either
All
of
the
them,
same.
but it doesn't really matter because you're good on both. And you get to choose the diff, but the diff can't be below 3.
Okay.
And I'll let you upgrade the diff if you want. It's your funeral.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go with 3 because I have no idea how this is gonna work. No.
Ooh. Okay.
Just kidding.
Right. With one threat, I'm going to make it an easy check, but I am going to make it a check.
Okay.
Give me a what would it be? Oh, there's a slight chance. Kate gave you a blue die.
Oh yeah.
There's a chance. Roll that one. Okay, a direct wipe. It fails, but I'm not going to make you do a check to see whether you accidentally inhale some.
As if that would matter.
She's just like, pick me up. Fantastic.
see, I was fully expecting that with all that failure in that it was going to go in my face.
That would have been a despair.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, if Christy wanted to put in a red, I'm like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Well, instead of helping Kate, blows in Kate's face. Enough threats, she would have inhaled some.
And then, of course, I'm gonna get her back.
The thing that makes me sad is that you set that up. That was a weapon that you had ready, and I was
Yes.
just like, I was gunning for that. I was ready for it, but hey, that's what happens.
No, this is canon. This is on par, probably. That's probably how it would have.
So from this invisible area, there's just this poof that just goes generally everywhere, but nobody really ingests any of it. Back to either
Star.
Kate or Star, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Kate's gone,
Star.
so Star, yeah.
Well, no, I'm waiting. I haven't gone. I'm waiting.
Oh no, you haven't gone because he just did his grappling.
Star will attempt to do the coordinated assault and field commander again.
Okay.
Seems like a good duo.
So Kate, you get the advantage to your next roll. Absolutely.
Okay.
Give me a leadership diff 2 for you, Star.
Fingers crossed.
Yep,
Woo!
that's it. So, Dave, Kate gets a maneuver now. You can either start aiming or throw that all-important defense in.
And he has the C4 on his back.
I'm going
Neat.
for the aim.
Okay. Yep. You focus down and get ready to strike. So that was Star. So you've got an aim and an advantage. This could go nastily for him. So, Dave, what's Kate doing?
Well, I'm going to aim again. I assume I can do that.
Is
Is that right?
You can aim up to 3 times. Yep.
What is the
Okay.
difficulty for me hitting him as I'm grappled? Do I get any other
No.
problems? No.
No, he's in the middle of trying to do a combat maneuver. So you, as he's there trying to get his hands on your shoulders, you could just bring the sword underneath him.
Well, I think as he's squeezing, he's got like his hands around me, squeezing me. I think I'm like pressed in like this, but I've still got the sword and the shield in my hand. So I
Yeah.
think I can sort of like jab the sword down into his foot. Is my thinking.
Yeah, yeah. And then,
Yep.
I mean, I'll treat this as a regular attack. If you hit,
Well, yeah, it's going to be an
if it
attack. But I'm trying
succeeds,
to
you
imagine
hit his
how.
foot. He kind of reels back, and then you can kind of up strike or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds great. Yeah. So your regular attack, 2 boost dice, diff
Yep.
2 with 2 black, and
An advantage.
and an advantage as well.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing another light side point. Because that failed miserably last time. So let's see what we get.
Oh shit! Okay, so that's a crit. So you've got a choice of linked or crit. I recommend the crit.
Well, what does the crit do for me? Tell me what the crit does, and then I'll decide. Because
So,
linked on that many successes sounds like a lot of damage.
Actually, yeah. Now you mention it, it is a lot of successes. You can only use linked once because this is the kind of dual strike blade. But yeah, a crit. If you had one more advantage, you would have been able to linked and critted at the same time,
yeah.
which means both strikes would have critted. But yeah, with I think linked is probably going to be your better one. What happens with crit is that you roll on the crit table and he suffers whatever happens. Yeah.
It's interesting because it would be interesting just to see, but I think at this stage I want him off me, and
yeah.
I'm just gonna go with Link. I'm gonna go with Link because so that's 10, isn't it? It's 10 twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. So 10 twice minus that. So this guy is at his full wound threshold now and has actually passed it. So you actually get a crit as a default.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
So if you go into special rolls and hit the crit button. Headringer. Okay, so he wasn't known for his intellect and cunning to start with, but now you've dinged him. This is an injury. It does say until the end of the encounter, but it is an injury. And the reason why crits are important is that each crit that you take increases the roll of the next crit. So to give you an idea, dead is a crit at 150. So after your first crit, you roll the next one at plus 10, then at plus 20, then at plus 30, then at plus 40, until you get to the point where this person is dead.
So I see this as sort of like jabbing it down into his foot and then bringing it round smack into his head.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to absorb the other 2 advantages, and I'm going to say that you broke his grapple.
Okay.
Which means he won't be able to do the backbreaker attack that he was about to do on you. With a roll like that, he stumbled back, crashing into some equipment, and so he's going to have to decide on something else. That's everybody done, so it's back to him. So he's going to do bellowing charge.
Okay.
Which is going to be 2 things. So first of all, I want everybody to do me a cool check. Sorry, everybody who's here. Obviously, Ilka doesn't have to do it. A cool check, and the difficulty is 1 red and 2 purple.
Is that for me as well?
Yep, everybody
Yep.
who witnesses it.
Okay.
1 red and 2 purple.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
This is going to be fun.
Oh no.
So, Beth takes 1 strain.
Okay.
Kate takes 1 strain.
I like that.
Star, you take 1 strain, but you can't help but run blindly in an opposite direction to his charge. And his charge was going at you and Kate. So you're going to run through the trash of broken metal and glass and all that shit in the hope that you're not going to fall over. I want you to do a coordination check at diff 3.
Oh no. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you failed on both. You didn't get successes. You got failures and threats. So failures and threats. Okay, it's not too bad. I've given you a crit, but it just increases the difficulty of the next check that you do by 1. As you fall over, you reach your hand out, and your hand goes in broken glass. It's only superficial wounds, but it stings like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So,
man.
yeah, anything that you do next, you're having to do it through the pain. So that's going to increase the difficulty of the next check that you do. Okay, that was just the act of him bellowing and charging towards you. Then he attacks Kate. I think that's everything. 1, 2, and yeah, he's going to aim as well. And so yeah, he's barreling down on you, head lowered and charging with his full body weight.
Oh, no,
holy.
no.
Right. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
He gets strain, which is an interesting thing that I'll get to in a minute. So yeah, he charges at you, and because it's a charge, it does that. So you have a soak of 7,
Yeah.
which means that you get 4 points of damage.
Oh no, you good? You good, Kate?
Depends on your definition of good.
Yeah,
Ooh.
your skin feels dented by the full force of this guy belly flopping on you after the charge. So he hits you first with a huge shoulder barge and then kind of comes down with his elbow as well, trying to just break this metal. You've seen him tear metal pieces and break metal pieces. However, he gets so much threat that he actually ends up injuring himself as well. And the only thing that he can get at this stage, because he's at full wounds, is another crit. Oh, hang on. Sorry, not that one. Let me delete that one. So he has a crit already, so plus 10 to whatever he rolls. Another head ringer. Okay. Sure. He's up to 2 crits. And now he tries to do anything that requires thinking. The minimum diff is 3. He not think good. So, and you can see he's kind of punch drunk as he hits you. But yeah, and he's right in front of you, Kate. Back to you guys.
Okay.
Google, where's my phone?
That's on stream now. You could just look for it.
Galaxy S9 should be ringing now.
Anyway. We're a class outfit, honest. Right. So.
Okay, we need to finish this.
Okay.
This guy needs to go down.
Yeah, this guy is going to be working with full desperation now. He's still got dark side points as well that he can use. And he's at a point where he's delirious with rage. He's going to be doing some pretty big attacks now to try and break Kate. He's actually lost his rage on Beth. He'll dwell on that another time, but right now it's the fact that he feels like he's losing to Kate, and that is too much of an insult for him.
Joseph can't help at this point, right?
He can help. He's
Okay.
He's just hindered.
He's just anything he does will increase the difficulty by 1, as the pain in his hand is just distracting everything right now.
If you don't mind, I would like to go before you and maybe try to disorient him even further, like with some illusionary magic.
Okay.
Oh yeah. If he's
Here we
not
go.
able to think properly.
I'm just gonna give full annoying.
Yeah. I mean,
And
give him something to figure out. That's always going to be
Yeah.
good.
Can you make like a dozen versions of me, like circle around him?
Can
Like,
you give him a
Oh,
Rubik's
Who's the
Cube?
real Kate?
yes, let's go ahead and do that. Disorient him. Hey, stupid! Hit the right one next time.
Okay. He's going to have to do
An intellect or cunning check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a perception check, which is cunning. But he's going to have to do it with extra difficulty. So the way this is going to work, we're going to roll off against each other.
Okay.
How do I... It's nice that you can reverse the dice in this.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd like you to do is give me a... Oh, it'll be deception, won't it? This is deception.
Yeah.
Deception. I wonder if I'm good at that.
So deception, and I'm going to reverse his dice so that you can put them in yours.
Okay.
By increasing the diff by 2, that effectively gives you another 2 greens.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right. All right.
Then I'm going to flip his 2 intelligence into 2 purples. So give me a deception check with 2 extra greens. The difficulty is 2 purples.
Okay.
Yeah, straight success. You get into
Take
his
that, stupid.
you get into his mind. This guy's out this blah blah blah. He's seeing double anyway, and you just take that moment of seeing double and just go, and suddenly he's surrounded by Kates. Which means that he will have to do a perception check to try and hit the right one.
Excellent.
Yeah. So at this point, we're seeing what you can do when you get more of the symbols ganging up on a particular one. This guy, you could see that he, to a certain extent, is looking for the door as well. He is looking to escape. His rage isn't letting him at the moment, but he really is weighing up his odds, but he can't think straight, so he's just going into rage. The reason for this is that he knows what he can lose.
Okay.
So that was Beth. Joseph, what are you doing?
I don't know how to do this. I feel like this guy needs a chill pill. Like,
He needs to relax.
yeah.
I have a lot of stuff in my
A chill
bag.
pill or injecting him with something will be a skullduggery attack.
I can't be the only shady person on this team.
I'll do my normal check. I'll do that.
Your
Yeah.
what check? Which one?
The
Field commander?
yeah, that one.
Okay.
And it'll be diff
yeah.
3 because I've got the thing.
Yes. Yeah. Do a leadership check. Diff 3.
Yep.
Yeah. With the advantages, you do actually give Kate a boost dice to attack, but not what you wanted to. And I presume that you're giving an advantage as well. Okay. So all that's left is you, Kate. You have a boost dice. You have an advantage.
I'll aim. Do I still have the black dice?
You have 2 black dice because he has a form of armor. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So 2 black dice, 1 blue dice, an advantage, and
Yep. And
I have an event. Yeah,
and I'm
he's disordered.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Does that add something on as well?
Actually, if he's disorientated, I'd give that a bonus. Actually, yeah,
So I'm getting 3
because he
bonus
doesn't know
dice.
which one to dodge. Yeah, I'll give that an extra bonus dice.
Okay, I'm also going to flip a light side because I'm being greedy again.
Gotta spend it.
Let's do this. Yeah, I want this done. I want to end this here and now. That could have been better.
Okay. Unfortunately, only 1 advantage, so no linked.
No.
This the hit goes off. We don't need to talk about damage here. We're going to go a critical now at plus 20.
So do I?
This doesn't
roll-
happen on many enemies, only in what's known as Nemesis class, which is what this guy
So
is.
how do I do it? As modifier plus 20.
Yep.
Uh,
Maimed. One of the target's limbs is permanently lost unless the target has a cybernetic replacement. The target cannot perform actions that would require the use of that limb, and all other actions get a black. Yeah, so this guy's up to 3, and
Go for the jubbles.
I'm going to say you lopped off an arm.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
so,
I'm not pulling punches on this guy. He set a bomb, so he raised the stakes to this point. Yeah,
Yep.
hacking into pieces, I'm okay with that.
You'll never high five with that hand again.
I'm going to make it easy for you. At the loss of his arm, even in his rage, he suddenly starts going, no, it doesn't end this way, and he's going to try to escape. Depending on which version of Genesys you play, there's no opportunity attacks and stuff, but I'm going to say that in order for him to get away from you, he's going to have to, at the very least, well, he can't drive his car, put it that way. Yeah? Now, it technically means that you can try to chase him down the street, hacking at him, but I'm just going to, at this point, give you 3 attacks before something happens.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Seems a lot.
So,
sure.
Narratively, he runs to the door, punches it off its hinges with his spare hand, showing that he's still somewhat dangerous. He's bleeding profusely from the stump, but in a way that you'd expect from Hollywood and not from real life. He goes out into the street and shouts, "Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? You're supposed to be helping me!" And he's out in the car park. Do your first follow-up attack.
Okay. Just gonna do a straight attack. No, I'll do an aim, obviously, but no.
Do an aim. You got your blues. I'm going to say, because Joseph's been called away, add an advantage
Okay.
on that as well.
Yeah. And I'll make it seem like the ground is wobbly.
So
Yeah, and there's an extra. Don't forget the extra blue because of the multiple U's that are following him.
So it's basically the same as last time.
More or less the same as last time. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, right.
A miss, but oh my god, if you had just one success, that would have been a double crit, as both blades bite in at the same time. So with that, you can just give yourself, was it 2, 4, 6? So give yourself, roll that again for the next attack, but next time add another 3 boost dice. So what you do is you herd him. You don't hit him, but you herd him like a sheepdog into a position where you can get a decent hit. So do that again, but this time with 6 boost dice.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is the first 2 are linked. Then the next set of 3 is crit 1. The second set is crit 2, and the triumph is crit 3. Now, the way this works, you don't do 3 crits. What you do is whatever crit you were going to do, you do it at crit, plus 10, plus 20. You're already at plus 30, so can you give me a crit at plus 50, please?
I'll do that twice because of linked.
Yes. Actually, do 1 at 50 and 1 at 60, because the first one will boost the second one.
Boost the second one. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at this then.
Shit gets real really quickly in this game.
Plus 50.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then hit crit.
And then hit crit.
82. Winded. Until the end of the counter, he can't voluntarily suffer strain. Oh, he just cut off a lot of his abilities. Okay. Sure.
And then plus 60
and then
crit.
1 at plus 60 as well. Bleeding out. There it is. Every round, he suffers 1 wound and 1 strain at the beginning of his turn. For every 5 wounds he suffers beyond his wound threshold, he suffers an additional critical injury, and then we roll on the table. So that was attack 2. I can tell you right now, he won't survive attack 3.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. Do it just with the 3 boosts this time.
Yeah.
And the advantage we're going to assume that Star keeps providing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Okay.
go.
So that's an attack. And linked. Crit 1, crit 2. So do me a crit at... God, what was it? It was...
So it's double crit again,
60.
basically.
So now it'll
It's
be
double
80.
crit, so that'll be... Do one... last one was at 60, so do one at 70 and 80.
Okay.
Oh!
Dead. Complete obliterated death at 159.
But just for shits and giggles, dead again.
More dead, yeah. Dead and more dead.
Dead and dead.
I
So
returned to here dead. I'm quite
Yeah.
glad of this.
you slash, and big kind of Zweihander, or bastard sword at least, X through the air. You slash through this guy, and your sword passes completely through him. Blood gushes everywhere spectacularly as the guy flies back and hits the ground.
Right.
As he hits the ground, his body deflates. Your sword turns back into a wrench. A car door falls down by your side. Your skin goes from being silver to normal again. The multiple copies of Kate disappear, and a guy lying on the floor looks very similar to the huge beast, this, Mr. Hyde type character that you've been fighting, and the unconscious guy on the floor just looks like him, but he's completely untouched. His eyes flicker and he goes, oh God, have I been drinking?
You're in trouble, young man.
Yeah, you're telling me. I'm 3 years sober. Oh, my mum's gonna fucking kill. Oh, jeez. Who are you?
You know what you need? You need a glass of water to help you calm down.
This is the enemy. No.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Sorry,
No.
who are you?
they need like big-
And then she's offended because you don't recognize. Excuse me?
No, sorry. Are you? Where am I?
we don't know. We're like
You look on your phone,
And it was like,
you're in an
you're-
industrial
you're-
estate across the other side of London. I'm not even going to give it a name.
You. And then does he still have the C4 on his back?
Oh shit! The C4 was real. So yeah, he does have C4 on his back. It kind of pulls out and goes, "What the hell have I got? A lot of fucking plasticine for?" And
Give it
throws
here.
it.
Like, no! Jesus!
Yeah, I'll let you catch it. He goes, "Oh God, what did I do last night?"
I'll put it back in my bag.
Star's gonna check the boot for some sort of drink to give him.
I'm gonna
No.
I'm gonna say, look, pal, run along home, because this place isn't gonna be here much longer, and I'm gonna.
At that, he kind of goes, yeah, sure. Pats to see if he's got his car keys, looks around and just goes, pulls out his wallet and goes, oh, by the way, he's got his arm back. Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn around and say, Beth, I'm
Yes.
not gonna trust you to be carrying that plastique around. So if you want fireworks, we're doing it now.
No,
Ah.
we're
As the
not
guy
going
leaves, he
somewhere
looks
else.
over his shoulder at the sound of plastique and starts walking faster.
As I put it back out, like, Jesus.
No, we're not blowing tomorrow. We're not the
Yes,
villains.
we are. This
Yes,
is
we are.
a
We're not
weapon
just
stash.
blowing up some random.
We're not the villains. This is a weapon stash, and they can't have it. We're taking it off.
Exactly. Well,
How about I
They were
get
gonna
out my
blow
phone
us
and
up.
just dial 999 and say there's a weapon stash we found.
Yeah, and
after we
you
blow
can
it
explain
up.
to them why on camera you were helping me murder someone.
right.
Oh, I don't Doesn't that stuff sort itself
Nope,
out?
nope.
It
And
does
how
if
do
we blow it
start
up.
this?
No, no, no! This isn't a good
God,
idea.
where are these guys? I really need Star. Come on, I need Star right now.
There you go.
And
You've got something to do.
Helen, thank you for bearing with. Obviously, we're going to be opening on what happened during all of this at the beginning of next episode with you.
We've got 9 minutes.
Give it 9
Yeah,
minutes,
tell
Me,
Si.
Hermit, and
Me and
Storm
Beth-
have set it up beautifully. You don't
Me
know
and
what
Beth-
we
Let's,
have.
let's go.
Me
Okay.
and Beth are setting up some fireworks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Star can go and be needed with Ilker.
No,
That gets him out of the way.
no,
so
I'm not accepting this. No, no.
either that
We're
or
not
you get
blowing
blown up with
some
me and
random
Beth. I mean,
building.
that's basically how this goes,
Okay.
right?
I'm getting
yeah.
a rock and some stuff, trying to.
As you
Wily
as you
Coyote
decide, yeah, you know, we can set up plastic. I mean, you know, you don't need like special training for that. Okay, yeah, with our 9
We
minutes
proved
left,
that
we are going to
earlier.
zip back to Ilka. So Ilka, you have been approached by somebody saying Lorraine Kelly says that if you want this showdown with Jeremy Kyle, absolutely you can do that.
Let me just set the scene because you've not been able to see chat.
Yeah.
So I have spoken to Lorraine Kelly's team. We're doing the interview. We're now doing the interview now. I have got information that Jeremy Kyle has been using animal DNA rather than human DNA for their tests. We have proof that's verified, and now we have a monkey that we've taken to the studio to take part in the big reveal. Hermit and Scorm have been responsible for getting the monkey there discreetly. I now need Star.
Hang on, what's
to
he
get me
using
to the
animal
studio.
DNA for?
Yeah, it'll make sense. Don't you worry.
Okay, sure.
Jeremy.
Sure.
I now need Star to get Ilka to the studios like right now because we're about to go on air because Ilka has like managed to persuade these people to do it like right now to nip it in the bud.
Okay.
Plus the fact you took a very long time doing that battle.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this quickly. You can get there. So with the whole might of Excelsior behind you, you can go by helicopter and you'll get there fast enough.
Okay.
So you get to the studio.
Yep.
Jeremy Kyle turns up and says, I was going to invite them onto the show to do this showdown. I mean, what the hell's going on here, Lorraine? And she's like, oh, no, we want to talk about it. We want to talk about it. You know, we gotta get the rules of engagement straight before we go and do this. Anyway, she's tiny, by the way. So she puts her hand on Jeremy Kyle's shoulder and says, yeah, just this way to the conference room, just this way to the conference room. And she steps out with him straight onto the set with a live audience. I don't know if Lorraine Kelly's this awesome, but you know, I have editorial rights. Fuck it, I'm God. So yeah, she goes and says, today we're going to talk about this huge argument over Avalon. What some people are saying is just a harmless addition to social media that promises to have better morals and better rules of engagement. We have a lot of this criticism coming in, but we'll find out whether or not this criticism has got any weight to it as we join both Jeremy Kyle and Excelsior here on the Lorraine Show. She sets up, all the sofas are set up correctly and everything else. As you're coming in from the helicopter, you do get an aide coming up and going, "Who are you? I thought we were getting Elizabeth. I mean, I thought you had like a celebrity representation or something."
Yeah, this is very dear to Excelsior. I have been sent as one of the senior executives.
Oh, you're an executive. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be interesting. I mean, you've got to be careful that this Jeremy Kyle will carve you up. I mean, he knows how to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm more than happy to go ahead. Pete?
Okay, well, yeah, it's your funeral, mate. Okay, come this way. And as you're going in, he's miking you up and all the rest of it. And a girl comes forward with her makeup and he goes, not enough time. And just kind of takes you by the shoulders and goes, yep, not too shiny. I mean, your makeup is on point anyway. So anyway, break a leg, and he opens at the side door, and you get another stage manager going, shh. So Lorraine sees off stage left that you're ready in the wings, and she goes, so I'd like to ask you all to welcome not somebody that you may have seen from Excelsior. I know that you're probably looking forward to Violette or one of their many celebrities that have worked with Excelsior in the past. But I would like you to welcome one of their top brass, Ilka Fista, please. And you get told, yep, go on in. Cameraman's waiting for you. Cameraman pans you in as you come up to the thing, and everybody's applauding. And she sits down. She says, "So, I guess that the way that I'd normally want this to happen is that I would want Jeremy to make his case, but he's had his whole show to make the case, and I think everybody here is aware of what the accusations are. That this is going to be more oppressive than what you would get in things like Facebook and Twitter, and that there's this huge issue of data mining as well. That as part of them having to do the vetting process itself is going to be looking into people's information. Now, there's a lot of websites that now have just the thing that flashes up is very annoying. You have to click I agree, but you don't always read to what you're agreeing to. And that's a way that people can use a legal means to do an immoral act. And I guess people are worried about that. So, Miss Vista, can you answer some of these concerns that the public may have?
Absolutely. I find it interesting that some people have formed opinions about something that has not even been launched or explained yet. But may I just say that, yes, it is a new form of social media. That is true. But what we are aiming to do is promote a connectivity with the community, with the community of the world as well as local communities. And what it is about people bringing forth their knowledge, their interests, yes, their thoughts and opinions, but to do it in a way that presents them without the crippling sort of trolling nature that we seem to see in other applications. Yes, we will be verifying. We will be verifying the things that are published. We're not verifying the lives behind what is published. We will.
To be clear about this isn't going to be real-time conversation. This is going to be articles and counter articles, which will have to be vetted to get rid of this toxicity that you're talking about. Some people would say that by people not being able to express themselves, even if some people would say that expression can be interpreted as bullying or proved as bullying, or proved as a form of harassment or something that causes a form of mental or emotional harm. That this level of vetting is going to effectively eliminate free speech. What's Excelsior's position on that? I mean, is this going to be where only allied opinions are going to be able to be voiced?
Absolutely not. And we have no desire to stop free speech. We have no desire to stop interaction. We want to promote interaction, but we want to promote a healthy interaction. So, yes, you can respond. Yes, you may not respond within seconds of the post. And obviously, we will seek to do what Facebook and Twitter have often failed to do, which is pull out those responses that are obviously there not with a thoughtful opinion, but with a knee-jerk reaction or with some provocation in mind. Yeah? Does that make sense? So we will obviously allow comments, but what we are trying to do is provide a place of healthy debate without the fear of being, looked up and harassed in your personal life for some opinion that you hold, which is completely valid. Even more extreme opinions will be given air, but what we are looking to do is to give them air in a way that informs and allows people to make thoughts and choices for themselves. Now, I find it very interesting that Mr. Kyle here has been so vocal about this, because he has obviously not had how shall we say, clean and shiny plate so far with regards to his TV shows. And yes, I'm really sorry to say, Lorraine, that as much as I hate to do this, we have at Excelsior come across information that actually many of the DNA tests that Mr. Carl has been doing, I understand he's setting up for a new form of program, have actually been using animal DNA and therefore are not valid. And in fact, Mr. Carl.
Okay. Okay. Right. Just had to do a quick scan read of something. Jeremy turns around to you and says, "That's scandalous. I mean, without proof, that's slander, and I'm afraid that this is something that that cannot be attributed to. Everybody knows that animals don't have DNA."
Mr. Kyle.
Helen, do me a perception check.
Ooh, a perception check. Hello. Mr. Kyle may not be who he seems. What difficulty, please?
Difficulty is 2 red and a purple.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay. I'm trying to think if I can add anything to this. Oh, no, I can't. But let me roll.
Okay. There's something odd about him. There's something not quite right about him. And as he says, animals don't have DNA. He does laugh in a way that everybody kind of goes, huh? Oh, he's making a joke kind of thing. And he goes, no, this is a clear defense of just... You're just trying to smear me to cover up. I came here for an educational debate, for a debate that you would be able to either prove yourself or not. By using this diversionary tactic, you're basically admitting that everything I've said is correct. Now, you say about fair debate. There's that Kylo, Kialo app that you can do debates on, and that's supposed to be, the pros and cons and fair and not fair and things. I think the way that they're doing it is correct, but I think what you're doing is that you're giving editorial process to what should be two sides of an argument, and that can only ever be biased in your direction.
That is but one opinion, and as we know, there are many TV shows akin to yours who work in very different ways. One would argue some work in a more ethical and moral way. And yes, we are entering a market with that has great ethical and moral difficulties, and Avalon is here. Oh, bless you, Hermit. And Avalon is here to rectify that, to change that. Now, you can say that we are biased, but I believe that you are biased too. And with my clever retort that I'm about to come up with, thank you. So I would just like to say to you, why are you so against people being able to express themselves in a way that doesn't actually cause them harm, that doesn't allow them to be bullied, that doesn't allow them to feel fear for their lives, that allows them to be who they are themselves? Why are you so against that?
Okay. I would like you to do me a negotiation check.
Yep.
And he's going to have to resist with a cool check. And I will apply.
It
I will
adds
apply the stuff.
2 automatic threats.
Yep.
Clever retort.
Absolutely.
So, sorry, negotiation for me, yeah?
Yep. No diff because it's a roll off.
Okay.
So.
Hold on 1 second.
How does the threats work? Actually, because threats in a roll off don't work, you get 2 advantages instead.
Okay, and my crown has been flared, by the way.
Which means that you get. Well, I was going to bring that in, but give yourself a upgrade as well.
Yeah, I'm going to do this.
So my green goes to a yellow, yeah? That's my upgrade.
Oh, Dave has flared the crown as well. Upgrade twice.
There you go.
Oh.
For the whole
Okay,
scene.
so that gives me that then.
Will that carry
Okay.
on if this goes on to next week? as well?
Because it was done basically past 11 o'clock, I'm going to roll it on to. Well, it's the end of the roleplay scene. So
Yeah.
this scene here.
Yeah. Okay.
I figure she's on her own. She needs all the help.
So you fix a stare to Jeremy, and you can see that he's crumbling under your gaze. He's trying not to meet it, and he stutters his words. My part in this is that when my viewers, and you said people are feeling bullied, that people are feeling bullied by you because they are saying that they're feeling threatened by Avalon. Now some people would say, how could they feel threatened by Avalon? Because they are it's an optional thing, of course, but of course there's going to be a lot of conversation on Avalon that the people are going to want to be part of, and you're giving this offer out, presumably to everybody, with regard to being able to write an article about something that they feel strongly about. But then the editorial process means that you're going to have more people who are pro your political viewpoints. To be put forward with less editing and a higher priority, and therefore give an unfair advantage to what this to the way this goes. The thing is that you mentioned television. Take my show for example. If we have a debate, as we are having here, we have them on the channel. We don't censor those people. Yes, I can steer with
you
with
just
questions.
make up results about them. You tell people what you think will bring in the most ratings.
No,
Just a lowlife. I'd like you to meet Juno. Juno, the monkey, please come in. And she just reaches behind, and Hermit passes her a piece of paper.
Okay.
And and this is Juno's DNA test. Please, Lorraine, if you can see it is from a verified lab. So we understand that this was the DNA test for one of your father-daughter things. And as you can see, it's a monkey. You are just fabricating DNA evidence. And, I'm sorry that you need to do that to get views, to get viewers.
No. How dare you? How dare you? I have watched a lot of Jeremy Kyle, and I will tell you that he is a decent man, and so. I'm a decent man, and I can tell you that the DNA tests that I do is.
Juno, why don't you give Mr. Kyle a hug? He seems a little stressed right now.
So the monkey sees lots of people around, and the lights and all the rest of it, and starts to freak the fuck out because the monkey was a setback.
Yes.
Okay? The monkey starts to go literally apeshit. And that is the perfect time to end the session as the monkey attacks Lorraine Kelly.
Oh, no! What have we done?
Okay. Yeah. That was an interesting that was an interesting ending.
Meanwhile, Kate and
I'm just
Beth
gonna
are in the
quietly go
field.
hysterical.
Boom!
Elsewhere in London.
Right?
Yeah. Oddly, one of the girls who has had a bit of a stressful day in Excelsior Media ends up writing the news before it happens, and, and about the bomb thing, and goes, no, that doesn't happen until later on today. Come on, kind of thing. And I'm trying to remember the name of your fortune teller. So yeah, we're going to stop there. Big thank you to Dave, Christy, Joseph, and Helen. For what was as chaotic as I expected it to. We managed to get from John Brooks to defeating the villain to attacking Lorraine Kelly with a monkey. I think that's probably a speed record for narrative. And thank you, chat, for throwing all this lot in. Oh, God, I've still got a hamster and Friendship is Magic to deal with. I was going to get it so that bronies were going to be on the show. And the bronies were going to be pro you. They were going to be your cheerleaders. I was going to give you brony cheerleaders as
But
your
that makes sense.
Thank you for that.
We kind of are in the end game. It's going to be as messy as it chooses to be. I'm going to be just going to tell you quickly what happened with the villain. You probably saw it already. Dave, when I gave him the book to guess, was he chose Neverwhere, which gave everybody 15 XP. Mm-hmm. The aspect of Neverwhere for this is that you don't die. Mm-hmm. You Richard Mayhew the fuck out. So in the book Neverwhere, Richard Mayhew goes into a fantasy world. But then a certain part in the book, he starts taking his meds again. Or the equivalent thereof. And he realizes that Neverwhere is actually all in his head. And he goes, no, magic doesn't exist. All these things don't exist. There isn't an angel called Islington. There isn't a literal Black Friar. He realizes that he's just had a huge bender of delirium. It's only when he gets towards the end of the book that he then decides that he prefers that world to this one and runs back into Neverwhere. Now, whether or not you take that as he goes back into a magical world or decides to give in to his delirium and no longer decides to fight it is up to you. It's why it's one of my favourite Neil Gaiman books. What just happened to this guy is that he was made the villain. He was given the power, it augmented him, all the rest of it. But before that, he was a decent guy. It was one bad mistake during his alcoholism that made him, that put the cracks in him that they were able to turn him into the villain. By defeating him, he can't see anything that you can see now. He's completely muggled the fuck out. Where you used some of your abilities before, and they explained it away, like John Brooks is currently in the process of explaining away everything he saw, including his own doppelganger. It clearly was a mirrored surface. Yeah, lot of junk in this workshop. Got to clean it up, right? It's clearly a mirrored surface that he saw. Mm-hmm. They all explain away what they see, and he's just about to explain away everything. Just as drunken delirium dreams. That's why the Dark Sword is dead now, because the Dark Sword's gone, but the human who hosted it is just going back home. Probably to a very pissed off mother.
They're one down.
So yeah,
Three
you
more to
have
go.
taken out the dark sword. Well done. And yeah, you guys used a lot of creative combat, and I have a feeling we're going to have some conceptual combat as well. And yes, Hermit, we have the. I have a feeling I'm going to have to keep that as an ace in the hole. Actually, the motivational poster, although I will change it to motivational image, if that's okay, because that way I can throw it onto phones, tablets, TV shows, whatever. Yeah. So, considering I was really crapping myself about this this campaign because I knew I was only going to loosely use the system and mostly just tell the story and get you guys to bounce back. You bounced back amazingly, so thank you for that. And once again, a big thank you to all of our viewers. We're not going to raid tonight because, frankly, I'm knackered. So we're going to just go and we will see you tomorrow for what is going to be a slightly different session of the Benefactor. We dropped you off last time in front of Cora's mother's shop. Now, bit of a problem. Kate is off on a gig tomorrow. So that's a plus. Kate has got a paid actress gig that she's doing tomorrow. She might be able to tell you more when she's streaming now or later. So she might be able to tell you a little bit more about that if she's allowed to. But obviously, actress gets a paid gig. She goes and does it. So she'll be doing that. So I'm going to be thinking something up between now and 8 p.m. tomorrow that we can do in Illyria. So we will catch you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for something. We've got some ideas. And we'll catch you then. So until then, have a great Friday, is it going to be? Yes. And and good night.
Bye.
Oh.